child.
You never acknowledged, Beagle. Did you see the stuff about Sword Coast?
No, no,
No.
yeah,
No.
yes,
Just say
no,
no. Just say no. I know you
no,
didn't look at it.
yes.
Sounds like a no.
No,
You said no first.
I did, but I don't remember what it was about.
That's a no.
Oh God, Domino's.
Domino's? He's got pizza. A rare look into Awo's private life.
Wow, I like that giant X over my face. Just write me off, why don't you?
Well, you're kind of dead right now.
Wow.
What would you prefer?
A check mark, because I'm checked out.
I'm trapped in a Domino's hell right now. I'll be out in a second.
Domino's hell.
Thank God. There it is. It's done.
What's wrong with your Domino's, Awo?
No, see, when you stream, or when you pull up the stream, it doesn't let you mute the ads because corporate masters and all that, right? So I had to be subjected to the Domino's ad, which is like, it starts off with like, we changed our name from Domino's Pizza to Domino's, but nobody seemed to notice. Yeah, no shit they didn't notice, Domino's. Like, come on, alright?
No one cares.
No one gives a shit about you, Domino's.
All they want is pizza.
Wow. I love Domino's.
Yeah, but you're not going
You
to
know
give a
what?
shit
I
they
love
change their name.
Domino's too, but you know what? Your marketing campaign's not going to be successful with me when you try to, play the guilt card. You didn't notice I changed my name. Oh, no, fuck you.
You
Change your fucking pizza.
notice anything different about me? Oh, you got a new haircut, Domino's? That's nice. No, it's my name!
Would anyone notice, say, well, if you took a single letter out of your name and just left it that way
I
for a
would.
week?
They
I
wouldn't.
fucking would.
They wouldn't.
AWIHJAWEOHR. I would notice.
Look, I can do that too. WOI.
Yeah, but you're reading off TeamSpeak. I know it by heart.
You idiot.
No, I wasn't. Awo can attest that I write his name with speed and clarity all the time because I know it. I've learned it. I've gone through that horrible
You know
nightmare.
how many times I was accused of copying and pasting my own handle when I first got it?
How dare they?
Oh, you just... I know, really.
It's not that hard. It's just a Jahuario. Once you
Yeah,
know
not
that,
hard
it's
at all.
easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey.
Alright, so recap last week. Does anyone want to do it from their character perspective? Does anyone do that? Or I'll do it. I'll do it. Or
I can
Tatum.
do it if you don't want to do it.
Let
Oh, I
Ashley
don't
do
mind
it.
doing it, but I just thought that, it would be nice to get it from a character perspective. All that biased opinion.
Bao Sheng feels strongly enough about this that he would like to recall exactly what happened.
Take it away, Mr. Bao Sheng.
So, after a terrifying night that we spent dealing with horrible, unnatural spirits, we woke the next morning, and instead of wisely deciding to move on to our great adventure that we most definitely have a time limit and need to do, we decided to entreat Torteese's love of a small ghost child, which horribly resulted in Torteese being swallowed by a greenish, terrible fog, and us no closer to figuring out what the hell is going on in the town or our greater super objective. Of note, Bao Sheng did kick the living shit out of a demon spirit guy with his feet, and it was awesome.
That was pretty awesome.
That's it right there.
Alright, well, okay. Well, just for a little bit of a bigger recap there. The team decided to come back to Rimshire to investigate
that's
during the
right.
day.
It's
They
Ramshire.
investigated Ramshire too long, and ended up getting caught there as the sun went down, to the arrival of Azeroth, the Secret Keeper, who again tried to do whatever he's trying to do to them. And in an attempt to save them, the little ghost girl Sarah, who made friends with Torteese, sacrificed herself after managing to evade this terrible torture of spirits for 10 years. She sacrificed herself so that they could get away. Torteese, though unable to walk away from such tormented souls, refused to run, and as such, Azeroth took his soul from his body, and the other two escaped. And here we are. It is night. You've just got on your horses, and you have escaped the edge of the city, and Torteese is not with you.
At the edge of the city, you say?
Yep, you've just passed out of the city, so you're safe out of the city.
We tried, Cassandra.
Yes, I suppose we did. You saying
Do you think...
You saying we've tried enough?
No, I did not say those words.
What do we do now?
I was to ask you what you had discerned from within the confines of that awful place, and perhaps there might be a way that we might yet rescue the mighty tortoise.
I don't know if I'd make that giant leap of faith. I found a... how would you describe it? I don't know actually how I would describe it in your world.
Use small words.
Temple.
With pronouns and adverbs.
It was a temple and it was big. What do you want, Baosheng? You're leading me along here. I suppose I would to save for a bit of convenience. I just explained to Baosheng everything that happened to me
Okay.
when I went up there because they were always listening to that. Just Baosheng wasn't.
Okay, so since you're explaining it all, and you remember everything that happened, just to recap for the viewers, Cassandra went alone into the city. She found what resembles in our world a church with a lot of, it's a place of commune where people go, they bury their dead, blah blah blah. Because religion is different in this world, we don't know if it was a church to a god or just a commune. She was unable to determine that. She continued downstairs into the crypt and found a dead old man. Inside the top floor of the church area was hundreds of bodies of what looked like families cowering together, skeletons dead. And that's what she found before she came back.
Yeah, and I went underground and there was the robed guy. In the crypt.
The old dead man.
And he had the dark Azeroth puddle next to his outstretched hand, and it seemed like things were key in that temple. But then I ran away because it was getting dark and I got scared.
Perhaps we can return once daylight has come upon this awful land.
Yes, perhaps. I suppose it's worth at least one shot.
Torteese would do the same for us.
Torteese would do a lot of things that are stupid, so perhaps what we're about to do is also stupid.
Well, I think as long as we don't stay here past night, we'll be okay.
Yes, we'll have to be more careful this time.
I don't think we'll have any trouble doing that.
No, probably not. Well, I suppose we'll set in for the night on the outskirts of town and prepare to do that.
Okay. Alright, well, you settle down for the night. You managed... Are you going to take watches between the two of you? There's only two of you now.
Yes, Bao Shang will take first watch.
Okay.
Okay. Settle down to a night of exceedingly quietness, it seems, apart from the occasional hearing of a shriek in the distance from the wailing ghost. But there is no Torteese in the camp. The talk is small and tedious, and you don't really engage in it until you fall asleep, and then you wake with the first morning light. No, there's There's no rooster.
What is the strange creature awakening us in this morning? I've never heard this creature before.
It is the ghost rooster. Well, I guess we're gonna head into town and try to get to that stupid church.
Lead on, Cassandra, to this temple of darkness.
Yes.
Taking the horses?
Take... It was bad, you said, bringing the horses last time because you had to crawl over much rubble, did you not?
Yes, that's right. The horses don't seem like they'd help at all.
I think as long as we are not tarrying here before nightfall, they shall be fine as long as we leave them food tied up somewhere.
Yes, and as long as we don't leave them in sight of the road. Where a passerby would think, cool, horses.
Free horses, man!
Free! There's your horses, man. Yeah, we'll leave them, as long as they're not inside of the road, we'll leave them here with food and restrain and all that, and then we'll go in on foot.
Okay, so you lead them off a little bit. You have to go further away from the town because, as I said, the town is in like a dip, a canyon sort of thing. So you have to lead them further away to tie them up away from the road. And by the time you do that and get back, you probably wasted an hour and a half. So it's about 10 o'clock.
Okay. Now, I know usually it's like, oh, I want to get back before it's dark. Okay, oh, it's getting dark. This time, I explicitly am keeping an eye on the time, and I don't want us to get caught in here at night. So I want to know from God when we have to leave with like a good hour generous before it gets dark, because we're not getting stuck in this town. I'm very aware of that.
Okay.
Okay. With that in mind, let's go.
Well, the sun seems to go down about 6. It's 10 o'clock now, and I'll tell you how long it takes to do things when you do it. So
Thank you. Yeah.
As long as we leave, however long it takes us to get there, we should be okay.
Yeah, because you know that's how D&D goes. You can get into that where it's like, oh, I wanted to leave before it got dark. Well, you know, you didn't. But this time, we've been through it. We know how long it takes, and we're not stupid. We're gonna leave before we get trapped in this town.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you make your way back to town. You do have to travel there through the rubble, so roll me a 1d20, both of you. See how fast you make it there.
Are we rolling any particular skill, or is it just a 1d20?
Just a 1d20.
If only there was a skill. Oh, carry me, Ewa, carry me.
He literally does.
Shall carry you on my back.
It evens out to... Okay, so you travel through the town, which is eerily quiet. As you get to here, you see Torteese's body laying where it was left slumped.
Rip.
Can
Let's
I
continue forward, or
can I check it to see what is going on? Like if he's cold and dead, if he's really dead.
do a investigation,
Let
or
me pull my character sheet.
whatever the equivalent of that is.
I have no modifiers unless I'm using some other kind of special modifiers for that skill.
What skill is this?
Investigation?
Oh, who could have that?
I don't know. Cassandra?
Oh, let's keep going.
Oh wait, Mayweather's got to roll his investigation.
I'll investigate as well.
Okay, roll.
Show me, Cassandra. Show me your
Alright, so-
detective arts.
You lean down over Torteese's body, which has become stiff through the cold night. There is no pulse. There's no breath. He's starting to stiffen up a little bit. He's most assuredly dead.
Cool.
Is there there's nothing else about him? There's no, like, goo or residue or ectoplasm or anything like that?
Nope. If you roll him over, you can see on his back where you presume Azeroth put his, fist in and took his soul, I guess, however you want to word that. You
Kalima.
see like a mark It's like a black sort of marking. I can get you kind of picture in a
Yes,
second if you just hold
please do.
still. Well, I'll get that while you. But that's it. You don't see anything else about him. He looks as if he just, just closed his eyes, went to sleep, and died.
Yep, he's dead.
Let's move on.
Yes, quite. That's all the information we just gathered, is that yes, Torteese is dead. It was more a courtesy really than anything. It's like, well, we're not going to walk past Torteese without, seeing if maybe he's not dead.
All right.
Sorry, I'm just getting this image for you.
I mean, I don't know how things work in this universe as opposed to regular D&D verse, but regular D&D verse, you can pretty much fucking magic people back to life pretty easily. If you have the right amount of gold, that is.
There's no, like, resurrection spells that you can cast every single day, like in, goddamn
Vanilla.
normal.
Fucking
Wow.
normies. Fucking normcores. This is Iron Man D&D, Awo. Actions have consequences. That's what you told me.
Oh, like, I don't know. God just disappeared from Roll20.
Yeah, my roll 20 crashed, I think. Sorry.
Roll20.
Where is your god now?
Roll20 is a way shittier
Roll20.
program.
First word.
Okay, so you continue. You get back up. You you mourn Torteese or whatever, and then you continue on.
No, we don't want him.
Wow, that's mean. Let me try this again. See if it
Bao
crashes
Shang
me.
will say a soft prayer over Torteese's body before continuing on.
That crashes me again.
Just always got to one-up me, Bao Shang.
So you continue through the city. You make reasonable time. Cassandra tends to get stuck and lag behind. She's not used to climbing over things like this. But Bao Shang helps her through, and you make reasonable time through the city. Takes you about an hour and a half, so it's about 11:30 noon-ish by the time you get to the temple.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, we probably have like an hour to search.
Well,
Maybe 2.
if God said we have to be out of here by 6, we should have plenty of time.
Cassandra, I don't know what God you're speaking of, but
God.
in Bao Shang's experience, it's best to not even fully trust God's word because sometimes terrible things can happen if one follows God's words to the letter.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean. But you said we'd
Just
be
saying,
out of the
Cassandra.
town. Oh, you took
Just
too
saying,
long.
Cassandra, last time, Cassandra, someone got trapped, and I'm not saying that's going to happen again, but
Yeah,
why
that
take
wasn't
the
my
risk?
fault.
No,
Yeah,
it was not God's
That was
fault.
Torteese's fault.
And that was literally your fault.
Actually, it was literally Torteese's fault that he died. I just got my foot stuck.
Yeah, you kept them here. Anyway, you arrive at the temple. Here you are. I
Hi.
could move you. Thank you.
You know what? I love this for so many reasons, Jamble, but not the least of which is it is causing me to have an incredible amount of nostalgia because I remember cutting out and photocopying pieces of dungeon for making my maps when I was a wee young dungeon master.
Yeah, I just you can see that I obviously copy and pasted squares over top
Right,
of things in the middle
But
here.
that makes
But
it awesome. That makes
I did it like
great.
this morning, so this area is just full of skeletons, that's skeletons,
Spooky
and there's like other
skeletons.
ones around as well, dead on the floor, everywhere. They're just like everywhere, but the main clump of them are like against the walls, and that's broken pews. I'm gonna have to get a new picture. of this thing. I don't know why it crashes my goddamn thing.
It's too much for Roll20 to handle.
Try again, I guess. Okay, so you arrive here at the temple. Dashing, this is your first time seeing it. It is a very large building. It is mostly untouched from the fire around it. Like, there's a few scorch marks outside. Things around it have, obviously been burnt to the ground. One of the doors are missing, and the other one's sort of hanging ajar on its hinge. Most of the windows, especially like the upper windows, are intact, and are quite lovingly made. Some of the lower windows are broken. You don't know why, you can't tell why, they just are, whether it was broken from 10 years ago or whether it was broken after that. But mostly it's looking, pretty good for its for the destruction of the
wear and
city
tear.
around it. Mm-hmm. Here you are.
Well, after you.
Lead on, Cassandra. You have been here before.
I can't. Bashang, I can't move.
Cassandra, this is no time for games.
I can't move my token. Well, I go. Cassandra goes into the temple.
Yeah, sorry,
My
I
legs.
thought you were just...
No.
I thought you were just screwing with me, and you're like, I can't move my token.
Okay, here's the mark that was on Torteese's back, though it's inverted. It was black, obviously. The
Whoa.
white.
There's like
Okay.
there was an
Yeah,
actual
that's-
mark on him.
Yeah,
Oh.
That's a little
that's
freaky.
the mark.
Have I seen that mark in the other pools of Azeroth sludge, or is this a new thing?
You haven't seen this mark before.
All right. Well, I walk inside the temple.
Let me give you your McThing.
McThing.
Let me
Your
let you
McThing.
control it.
Oh, look, Baoshang, McFlurries. How'd they get here on the temple?
It's the McRib
Bao
that only
Shang
appears
feels
once
a
every
powerful
5
hunger
years.
coming over him.
That's right, Taters. The McRib, the solar eclipse of the McRib is back.
Okay, you should be able to control yourself now.
Woo! Yep, I sure can.
Excellent.
On the clothes of the people in here, do I see that marking anywhere?
On the clothes, no, you don't see it. Roll a perception or an investigation if you're gonna have a real good look.
Okay. Yeah, like, do I see it in the temple anywhere? I'm looking for this symbol. It's important.
Did you roll?
Yes, I did. Look at my 18.
18? Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if that was it or not. Calm down. You pour over a couple of skeletal bones which crack and break apart. You literally breaking bodies, looking at clothes and stuff, and you don't see this mark anywhere.
Okay.
And to be clear, it was like kind of like burnt onto the skin of Torteese.
Oh, so through his clothes.
Yeah, it was on his skin.
Right, okay. Well, aren't these some nice skeletons, Baoshang? What do you think?
Very delightful. Very delightful. Whence leads those stairs?
Why are you talking like that, Baoshang? Did you hit your head?
I don't... No, Cassandra, I don't know what you're talking about.
We should go down the stairs. That's where I was exploring before I decided to pack it in.
Lead on.
Oh, I can move Baoshang. Woo!
What? Don't you touch Bao Shang.
Okay. So you approach the stairs that you approached yesterday. The door is still no. Did you shut the door? I don't
shut
know.
the
Whatever.
door.
Anyway, you open the door. You open the door and you see again that quiet, dark, pitch black area below you. Did you bring stuff for a torch? I'm assuming
If we have them, yeah.
Yes.
you have a lantern yourself. If you would have thought to bring it, you can have it.
Hell yeah. It's just on me.
Okay. So
It's reasonable.
on you,
I mean,
always.
we are going to a dark place.
All we left behind was the horses. The The lantern's just on
Okay.
me.
I'm just making sure. Like, okay. So you light the lantern. Shut up. You light the lantern, and you head on down, to underneath, which is the crypt area. It is basically exactly the same build and shape as the main area above. It was obviously built underneath to mimic it. On the side of the walls, there are crypts. Can't see all the way down. There is no staircase here. There are also a couple of crypts in the middle and stuff.
Are there any bloods?
You're an idiot.
Wow.
Are there any? Bashang will look around to see if he can see anything.
Do you
of
both
note.
have torches, or just Cassandra?
I can pass him a torch. He
I'll
doesn't
assume
have
that
one.
I have a torch. I would assume.
Okay.
For
so you go on each.
Operation Sheep.
Okay. So what are you doing? You're looking around.
Yes.
Yes, I'm gonna look around afresh as well.
Okay, so you're gonna just like take one side each. Okay, Baosheng's going all the way down there, straight down the end. Okay. When you get to this area, you see again the dead man in the robes.
Yes, what do you
Yeah,
make of this,
He's
Baosheng?
reaching out, and
He's an old
the
man.
puddle.
Yes, but look, he's got the robes on. He's reaching out towards the bad puddle that you would spent all day digging up. Obviously, this means something, but what?
Perhaps this man defeated our enemy much as we did, only for him to return later.
Perhaps, or perhaps he summoned him here. Perhaps this was the first time he entered this town.
Let us go through this man's pockets.
No,
Roll investigation.
investigation.
Both of us.
Sure. You're investigating his body.
Ah, okay. He just wants to pickpocket
Peep
him.
that 15.
Investigate
How can-
legal.
How can you
Stop
say such things about Bao
arguing with
Sheng?
me. While Cassandra holds the lantern high, Bao Shang manages to roll the body over. Cassandra was not able to do this yesterday. She was having a very quick look. And in one skeletal arm that was buried underneath the body is a book.
I said last week, I'm like, oh, all that's missing is the fucking Necronomicon book in his hand. Well, there it is. There it is. It's under his body the whole time.
Bound in human flesh.
Actually not.
It is not. Bao Sheng will pick up the book and examine the outside of it. He won't open it right away, but he'll look at it first and ask Cassandra, what do you make of this?
It is a very old book. It looks like it once would have had a nice, nice covering, and it would have been, or decorated and stuff. But it's very old, and it's been down here and rotting away. So it's just like the very basic sort of wooden outside book. Some of the pages come loose as you pick it up, and a lot of dust just like blows off it. It's obviously not been touched.
I don't want to lose any of the pages, so if there are pages that fall out, I want to pick them up.
Okay. As you pick them up, you notice that they have strange words written on them.
I don't recognize the language.
No. Do you
All right,
show
I hand them-
Cassandra?
Yes.
Cassandra, roll a 1d20 for me. Or intelligence, actually. Do you have a modifier for that? I assume you do.
Yeah, it's 1.
Wow, way to help us out, Cassandra.
Okay,
What?
you recognize the words as like, they're used by magic, but you can't tell more than that. They're just magical sort of words used by mages and shit.
I can't even tell the title of the book.
Nope. It's the title. The front of the thing is worn away. Like you can't tell.
We should retain this. Perhaps we can show it to someone who can tell us more at some point.
Yes, this seems useful. And somewhat pivotal. If only we could read it.
If only we could read.
How big is the book?
Well, you can read it. Like, the letters are... You can tell the letters, but it's like, jumbled mess. So you could read it, but you don't know what you're reading.
Yeah.
We'll have to... Let's
Okay.
hold on to it.
Just to make that clear.
Yeah. We'll hold on to it, Cassandra. When we're outside the town safely, we can perhaps examine it more without being in possible danger here, as long as we are looking around.
Can I take a close look at like his robes and everything else about the guy now that we're here? Can I glean things from him?
Yep, roll insight.
Okay.
Well, it's more insight than investigation if you want to glean information about him. Okay, the robes are very, they're, what you could tell, like I said last week, they're nicely made, they're decorated. Someone who would have probably been, revered in the community.
Revered.
In this,
Reverend.
temple. He's the brother reverend. Anyway, no. Anyway, he looks like he was in a decent position of in charge or whatever. You can tell by his skull, he's got hair, like grey hair, beard on his skull, that he was old. You can't really tell much more from his things. He just looks like he was someone who, he was old. He was obviously in charge of this area, vicinity, and he was laying face down with the book collapsed under him with his arm outstretched towards this other area.
Fuck.
I'm gonna have Bao Shang go investigate in the area towards which his hand is outstretched.
Fun guy did it.
Okay, so where are you going exactly?
Whichever direction his hand is outstretched, I'm assuming over here.
Yep, okay. I just want to know where on the map you are. Okay, roll,
Oh, that's fucking
investigation.
ominous. Fucking, I'm afraid now. Jesus Christ.
Roll investigation, Baoshing.
Ah, shit.
So you hold your torch high and you're looking at the puddle. Very, very similar, almost identical to the one you've seen outside of Azeroth when you dispelled him, the black sort of tainted ground. It's the ground is stone, it is uneven stone and it's tainted the stone, and you could only assume it goes below that as like the dirt, but you don't know. Behind you are some crypts and stuff, skeletons. You don't really see much else.
Cassandra, can you see anything over here? My eyes are no good in this weak light.
Or in general.
Fuck you.
As Cassandra and Baosheng exchange words of love, Cassandra holds her lantern high, and a faint glimmer caught in between some of the bones over here catches your eye.
Where?
Mm.
What this?
As you reach down into the bones and blow away rubble and whatever, you find a crystal stone. It's purple. I'll get you a picture if you hold 1 second.
We found a rupee.
Hey, about Shang, I found a MacGuffin, gonna fuck this spirit up. Don't know what it
We're
does.
rich.
We're rich, bitch.
Wasn't purple 50? You got 50 rupees?
Fuck taters, let's just go sell this. Best road trip ever.
Wow. That's just mean. Why are you all so mean? Oh my god, please. Please work. Hang on 1 second. We are experiencing technical difficulties.
Sick.
I did it.
Da 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 da.
You find this purple stone. It has markings on the top, as you can see. and this it seems to have like a steady sort of pulsating glow, very very slow, very very small, very very warm, kind of like heartbeat, slow pulse.
And now, why was it there? Like, who did it come from? Where was it nestled? What's this? What's the
It
insight
just
of this
seemed
gem?
it just seemed like it had got maybe well, with the way his hand is outstretched, it's not unreasonable that perhaps with whatever happened to him, it was then dropped and rolled and got stuck into this crypt.
Hmm,
Perhaps we can use this against the enemy.
maybe. So it's pulsing with like kind of like a beat.
It seems to have this very just slow sort of no, it's much slower than that. It's just like a very very slow, very very steady sort of small light glow pulse within it.
Does it sound like anything if I put my ear to it?
Nope.
So it's totally silent.
Is it does it look exactly like that picture? Does it have markings on it, or
Yep.
is it just basically all purple? I'm gonna have Cassandra hold the book in the light, and want to see if the markings that are on the stone are anywhere in the book.
Okay. As you flip through the book, you come across a page that has a little dog ear on the corner. It's marked. There's a cross in the corner as well. You see written across the top, Catalyst the Protector, and the marking of the stone. There is more writing below it. The lighting's not very good in here. You can spend time to read it if you want, or
Wait, catalyst.
No.
What?
Catalyst the Protector.
Catalyst the Protector.
It has pretty ominously awesome sounds to it. But let us continue to look, Cassandra. We do not have much time before
yes.
night falls. Let us make the best of the time we
We
have.
need to see the upstairs as well. So let's finish up down here. Let's have a quick look around the rest of the room. I'll check over the right again. Look for more crap like that crystal. And then we need to go see the upstairs. There's an upstairs as well.
Okay, roll investigation.
Both of us?
Cool. Okay, so you look around at these other crypts and you see a lot of skeletons. There are a couple of things amongst them. Looks like personal items that were buried with them. Nothing that looks, out of the ordinary or important to you.
Okay, let's hurry upstairs, Val. There's another room I haven't even been in yet, and
Let us go.
let's go. I'll just take these
Okay.
stairs.
Okay, so you head upstairs. Oops, I
Oh,
deleted
God.
Cassandra.
Ah!
Did you fall up the stairs?
I got deleted.
Sandra,
Literally.
join me in the beyond.
Okay, so you head back up to the main area, and then assume you're going straight to the other door.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't move.
Okay, so you head up these stairs. As you open the door, it is very dusty. It hasn't been opened at all. You see, it's quite difficult to even push open at first. There are windows in these towers going like this spiral staircase going upwards, so it isn't dark here. You come to the top of the landing to another door, which appears to be locked.
Okay. Let's see.
Can I examine the door? Is it like a heavy oak door? Would it be something we might be able to break down?
The door is old. It's 10 years old. It's a bit, it's been left to kind of weather without any treatment. You could easily probably break it down, or try and just manhandle it open.
Maybe we should knock first.
I will break out my tools and try to pick it.
Okay, roll whatever it is for that.
I don't know. What
Is that a
what is
skill?
5e? What picking? What is that? Is it just like a stat roll?
There's a sleight of hand skill, and then there's also hell, I don't know. You could probably just make a simple dex modifier roll for something like that. I would imagine.
I
Probably
guess.
Dex, yeah. Yeah, do Dex.
Okay. That's weird. Oh well.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Sandra gets her little tools out, and as soon as she puts them in, you hear a click. It wasn't a very difficult mechanical door, and the door unlocks, and with a bit of jimmying with the handle because it's a bit stiff and old, you push the door open to see this room, which has bed, one corner. There's a desk over here, a wardrobe, simple table with a chair here, and this is the door where you've come in. A very, very simple room. Oh, there's a little desk here, a lamp. It's a very simple and modest room.
Let's toss it.
You know what? I was
Oh, I
thinking the
can't hear
exact
you
same
guys.
thing. Those are the
Mhm.
exact same words I was thinking too, Beagle. I was like, time to toss the room.
Excellent.
Cassandra, I feel that our minds are as one.
Don't get close to me, like either physically or mentally, at all.
Well. Okay. So here you are. Everything's covered in like a thick layer of dust.
Even me.
Door.
Cool.
Let me brush that dust off you.
Get the fuck away from me. I'll take the left side.
Ajay will take the other side and begin searching.
Okay. So Bashang, as you come to the table, you see it's quite old. There's like one plate on there. It looked to be clean at the time. Obviously, it's dirty, covered in dust now. There's a candlestick in the middle, halfway burnt. That's it for the table. Cassandra, roll. Whatever you're rolling. Investigation.
Perception? Oh. Well, the perception or investigation.
Well, investigation because you're investigating.
Okay, then it's a 13.
Okay. You look through. You open the wardrobe, and there's folded clothes on the floor, like pants, shirts, tunics. There's a couple more robes similar to the ones downstairs in better condition, hanging up inside as well. You can see now that they were nicely embroidered and but also quite modest. Nicely embroidered, nice material, but quite modest and not flashy in this cupboard.
They don't have like any Noxian icons on them or anything. No iconography, nothing.
Nope, not on these.
Okay.
What's this that Bashang is next to? He's going to investigate this next.
That's a desk. Roll investigation.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a kitchen. It's a fridge, Cassandra.
Bashang looks over the desk that is just piled with scrolls and books and writings of all kinds. There's a couple of little trinkets and stuff, and he just looks at it all, and his eyes kind of glaze over at all the paper and the reading and the writing. And Sandra, you were at the bed, which was made quite neatly before its owner never returned. It's a bit moth-worn now. There's, holes in it from creatures and stuff, but it looked to be kept well.
Cassandra sees
in check.
Cassandra sees Bao Shang look bored with this treasure trove of information. Says, "That's okay. Why don't you investigate the bed, Bao Shang?"
Your words cut like a dagger, Cassandra.
Oh my god.
Bashang goes to investigate the bed.
Look at all this evidence we can't use because we can't investigate it.
No, a 7's fine. A 1 was not. Okay, so as you look over all these papers, you can see obviously whoever was using this desk was searching for something. There's a lot of different books in their pack. They're stacked in different sort of different sort of piles. Some of them are left half open with circles and markings. There is a book that doesn't look to be a novel of any kind. It looks to be maybe a journal.
That seems fucking useful. Yeah, what do we got with that?
As you pick it up. Okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
There you go. No,
I was just going to be Bao Shang urging Cassandra on. That's all.
Oh yeah.
Okay. As you open the journal, it is very faded. It's kind of hard to read. It's very scrolly, old man writing. It is very faded. Where do you want to go in this journal?
Oh well, I don't know. What does the first page say?
It's quite a thick journal. The first page is detailing how the user got this journal, and he bought it for a cheap price and has decided it would be very good.
Cassandra.
No, I'm trying to skim read realistically here.
Cassandra, there's perhaps not enough time for us to totally examine this like the other items that we have. Let us take it with us.
Well, I don't know.
Whenever
How
we
much
can find
time
useful,
do we
get out
have?
of here.
How much time have we spent?
You spent probably an hour or two.
So we probably got another hour or so.
No, Cassandra,
Yeah,
I think
it's
it is
about
better to be on the
1:30.
safe side.
Hey, hold on, I'm just reading
Let
the
us be on the
fucking
safe side in
book,
case
Bao
anything happens.
Shang! Go lie down. Did you find anything on the bed?
I don't know. Why don't you come here and help me take a closer look, Cassandra?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Jesus fucking
Wow.
Christ. Go hide underneath the bed like the troll you are.
Okay, so
Words
as you
can hurt.
turn...
I can hurt.
So where are you skimming to now?
Okay, next page. I'm just skimming as soon as it sounds boring.
Next page. Okay, the next page is sounds to be literally the next day, detailing how this person is traveling to
Boring.
Ramshire.
Next.
The next page is detailing his trip on the road.
Boring. Alright, I'm gonna go to the flip to the end.
Bashang,
Flip to the end.
Bashang's gonna come over to the desk and see if he can find anything else of value on it.
Yeah, like, I'm sure all this other stuff is really useful. Can we stuff everything on this desk into our bag? Like, how many papers and books are there between our bags?
A lot. There's a lot of books. Like the desk is covered in books and scrolls and all kinds of
like, twice as much as we could carry, or one times as much, or 3 times as much?
it's like if
Bashang.
you filled a shopping trolley or a shopping trolley and a half full of books and shit. Like, there's a lot.
Bashang's
Can't
gonna
carry
pick
them
out
all.
5 things. He's gonna pick out 5 things that look interesting to him, and he's gonna take them with us.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of books. There's a lot of books on top that have, like I said, there were some that were opened and had things circled.
Yes, prioritize those ones.
Yes.
There's a couple of scrolls. There's a couple of trinkets of things.
Take all the trinkets and scrolls, because I imagine there's less of those than books.
Yeah, a lot of
Bashang
them.
will do that.
A lot of them look to be like little crystal things.
Do any of them bear any resemblance to the other crystal that we have?
Some of them share a kind of color, but none of them have the marking or the pulsing.
Okay.
Does it look like they could have been this crystal before something transformed it? Like, do they look the same, except this one has markings and glows?
They don't really like. They look similar in color, and they vary in size. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, but none of them have that inner glow. None of them have a mark. They just look like, crystals.
Okay, so feasibly, this crystal would have been one of them before it was made into that.
You don't know.
Okay, but it's possible though.
They look similar. They look similar.
Yeah, okay. I want to skip to the last page written in of the journal. Just going
The
from
very
back.
last page.
Yeah.
The very last page is quite different from the first. It's much harder to read, as the writing is much more scrawly and it seems much more hastily written. It's much shorter than a lot of other writings. Um, it's you can do you want to spend the time to read it here or
Cassandra, let us.
I can take a
it's
Shank's
like
getting
it's
the
like
willies. Let's
doctor's
get the fuck
writing,
out.
so you will have to actually stand and concentrate on it.
Will it take like a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes?
Do the whole page, yeah, 5, 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. We can take 10 minutes.
No, fine. 10 minutes and then we're going.
Yes, 10 minutes and then we're going to go back to camp with this journal and everything. Which I assume still leaves us with like
Okay.
2 or 3 extra hours.
Basically, what you can put together from the writing, some words you just can't make out at all, is it basically says, hang on. It basically says, this is all written very dramatically, very hastily, but I'm just going to summarize. I found the catalyst crystal. I've discovered the way I can use it to save us. Whether it'll work or not, I do not know. I feel unease, as if there is something else here watching. We shall soon find out, and I pray that all goes well.
Okay, we should go back to camp with all the trinkets and scrolls and as many of the most important books as we can pick out.
Okay, well, you load yourself up with literally as much as you can carry. It's very, very heavy. You've got a lot of books. It's very, very heavy. As you head, I assume you're just going to go?
We're going back to camp.
Okay. As you reach the front of the cathedral, Cassandra, you walk out fine. Baosheng, you cannot get through the door.
I cannot get through the door, like, I can't walk through because I'm so fat, or, like, I can't get through the door because...
As in, you can see the other side, and it's open in front of you, but you cannot... It's like walking into a wall. You cannot walk through.
Is he the one of the crystal?
Yes. People are saying the audio is gone?
Audio is fine for me. I stream pulled up to the side. I can still hear it.
Okay. Yeah. Baosheng, you can't get through the door.
I'm going to take out the crystal and try to pass it to Cassandra.
You can't put your hand through that door, through that invisible wall.
What does... how much time do we have in the day now that I'm outside? I can accurately judge it. How much time do we have to get back to camp with like half an hour to an hour extra just in case?
It's about 1:30, so you have 3.5 hours. No, wait, 4.5 hours.
Okay, what is the page immediately previous? I kind of just pull out the journal while Baosheng's being an idiot. What does the page immediately previous say?
Wow, I'm fucking being magically held inside a building and it's Baosheng's an idiot. That's cool.
What's the immediately
That's fair.
previous
Thanks,
page?
Cassandra.
Immediately to the page before, is again, it's not as hastily written, but it is very scrolly. It says the war is still being fought. The battle is still being fought. People are coming in every day and dying. He feels there's nothing he can do, and he feels that their time is running out, and that he has to find the answer to save them, or else they will die.
From the Damascians.
It doesn't say Damascians on the page.
What's the previous page say?
What it says.
Look through the book, Cassandra, for anything that bears this mark, and Baosheng holds up the crystal.
The page...
Go on.
Oh, so you're going to skim through looking for the mark, or...
I want to see the previous page first.
Okay, the previous page, This time it does mention Damascians. It mentions how the Damascians and the Noxians are still fighting, and the Damascians are pushing them back towards Rimshire, and that's he hopes that they can hold them off before they manage to get here. He mentions again how he has the catalyst crystal, but he doesn't know how to use it. He doesn't know what to do with it, and he hopes that he doesn't have to use it, but he's still going to continue his search for it, for the answer to it.
Okay, so previous page, like, does it take a long time to read these pages like the first one, or can I flip through them pretty quickly now?
It doesn't take as long because it's not like written in panic quickness. But it does take a little while because again, it's still like doctor's writing.
All right.
Does
So it does take a little while.
Does Baoshang or Cassandra have the book that we found downstairs?
Baoshang has it.
All right, I'm gonna
Wait, you
Baoshang
gave
start.
it to Cassandra, didn't you?
I don't. Yes.
Bao Shang probably has it, doesn't he?
Did you give it?
Oh no, I never gave it back.
Showed it.
Yeah, I never gave it back, or you showed it to me. I don't know. I think Bao Shang has it.
Well, you can choose.
I wanted to make sure that we had everything together with it, and I just basically said that we should hold on to it. So I don't know who has it.
Yeah, Bao's probably got it.
Okay, Baoshang has it.
All right, I'm gonna start looking through it to see if there's anything that matches the crystal that I'm holding right now.
Okay, as you flip through it, you go back to that page with the dog tag and the title Catalyst, the Protector. It has a picture drawn in of the crystal you are holding. Basically, there's a very short, very small description underneath, and it's simply a crystal that holds magic and can be used for protection. Very basic.
Nothing about.
And then it goes into like the other kind of language, that you don't really know, the magic
That
kind
I
of
don't
language.
really know.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else in the book that I recognize or I can read?
As you go further down and you flip the page over, you see that there are the parts that are circled, and there are like kind of footmarks on the edge of the book. But most of the footmarks are written in that sort of magical language. There are bits you understand, like there are little bits of descriptions, like used to give fortitude to illness or whatever. As you get towards the bottom, there is a bit that says basically you can make out, it's very, very faded and roughed up, but you can make out that it says for area protection, and that has a lot of markings around it.
Do I? And I can't fucking read it. I point this out to Cassandra and I say, this might have something to do with the fact of why I cannot leave this area. I'd put the crystal down and try to walk out, but then if we can't walk back in, that won't do us much good, will it?
What do you mean we can't?
See if you can walk back in. See if you can walk back in, Cassandra.
Of course I can walk back in. I walk back in.
Alright, now I want to try something. Baoshang hands the crystal to Cassandra and then he will attempt to walk out.
He walks out fine.
Yes, Bao Shang, it's clearly the crystal. We understand this.
But how come you cannot leave with the crystal?
Well, you said it was area protection, didn't you?
So, why this area?
Well, look at all the skeletons, Bao Shang. They were using it as some kind of refuge.
Right, look at all the skeletons, Cassandra. It didn't really seem to do them that much good.
No, and judging from the pool of Azeroth glue in the crypt, I'd say something went considerably bad when he did this whole thing. Perhaps instead of a sanctuary, he accidentally made it into a prison for all these nice people, for nice old Mr. Azeroth. What do you think of that synopsis?
I like that idea, but that still doesn't explain how the skeletons ended up in here. Because if that was true, then he would still be in here, would he not? Unless there's a way out.
Well, perhaps he can leave, but they couldn't. In fact, if I take another look at that skeleton, Jamble, knowing what I know now, the one who's like stretched out towards the door, is any part of him outside of the door?
No.
He's totally inside the door, and he looks like he's like trying to get out.
Yeah.
Perhaps it was a prison, Baosheng.
He's not right next to the door. Not right next to the door, but he's the closest to the door.
I don't know how much good that will do us, because I don't know if we can... It certainly won't help us with Torteese. However, I'm fear he's far gone now.
Let me vocalize what you're already thinking, Baosheng. There's two possibilities with this stone. One, it's bad for the spirit, and we can use it to hurt him. Two, it's good for the spirit, and we'd have to destroy it to hurt him. Unfortunately...
Actually, I wasn't thinking about destroying it at all.
Oh, well, I mean, obviously, there are two possibilities. One, this is actually useful against the spirit, and holding it will empower us to fight him and kill him, or we put up, we fuck his corpse up with it or something. But then the second possibility...
Wow, Cassandra.
Is that this is the source of his power, and that destroying it destroys him. Of course, if we pick the wrong one, we're done. We're donezo.
If it was called the Catalyst of Protection, I don't think that would make sense that it would destroy him if we destroyed it.
Well, what if he messed it up? I mean, you saw downstairs the way it was laid out. It looked like he'd summoned something, and that's before we found the book and the creepy crystal. What if he accidentally is the one who summoned Azeroth here, and Azeroth is intrinsically linked to this crystal and this place? That would explain
Or
why
what if he
everyone's
was lying
dead.
on the ground reaching out for the crystal to protect himself?
Well, I'll tell you what. This place isn't that burned out, is it? It looks fairly untouched on the interior.
Yeah, no, there's no signs of like fire.
So obviously this place wasn't done by the Demacians, and even if it was, look, I know it's not black and white and the Demacians aren't perfect, but do you really think they would have killed everyone inside here? All the civilians?
Cassandra, I'm on the same page with you. I fully believe that this crystal is somehow linked to the either protection from the demon man, person, creature, thing.
In fact,
In some fashion.
all these skeletons are like curled up like they just died, right? Or most of them.
A lot of them like look like there's a lot of like littler skeletons as well. So it looks like a lot of families. And a lot of the little ones are sort of like enveloped by the bigger ones as if they were trying to protect them. Other ones are just kind of lying dead.
Maybe it protects from the demon thing, but it wouldn't protect it from the fire necessarily, right? If the fire, burned out all the oxygen, they would still suffocate and die, right? Even if the building didn't itself burn down.
That's true. The thing I was thinking is if they got trapped in here, they'd starve, which that's why I was thinking if they're like up against the walls looking like they just kind of died. That would explain that.
But only, it seems, if somebody holds the crystal can you enter and leave. Because we were able to enter no problem, and we did not hold the crystal.
And perhaps because it was cast when they were already in here, perhaps it affected them.
The only way to truly test this would be for you to put the crystal down and try and step outside.
Well, we know that's going to work. I put the crystal on the floor and I step outside.
Can we walk back inside?
Yep.
Alright.
We get this now, Baosheng. This is how it works.
Just making sure. Just making sure.
I think
We don't have a lot of information, Cassandra.
we do. I point to all the books in our bag. We do. I think we should stash that crystal where you found it and go study tonight. We'll come back and finish this tomorrow.
Let us put it in a different place, just in case.
Look, it's been undisturbed there for 10 years. It's probably the best place to hide it.
I'm not going down there alone.
Oh, let's go then. Let's hurriedly put it back where we found it, and then let's get back to camp and read.
Okay, so you put it back in the crypt.
I'm down with that.
Alright, so you stash it back in amongst the bones. You cover it up this time completely, and you leave. Roll. So you're leaving the city?
Yeah, we're going back to camp.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to
Roll
camp.
for time.
Roll for time. See, Cassandra?
We've got plenty of time.
What do we just roll? Run D20?
Yeah, just 1d20. Okay. Again, you travel out this way in the opposite direction. Bao Sheng again helps Cassandra over the harder parts of rubble and broken city.
Take my
And
hand, Cassandra.
as you get to the outskirts of the city and you walk past the last of the buildings, it's about 4 or 5 o'clock. So you got about an hour and a half left of daylight in the canyon itself. And if you move out of the canyon, you probably got about 2.
Let's go back to camp and start reading.
Yes.
Okay. So by the time you get back to camp and you make it, fires and you cook some food and whatever. It's pretty dark. You have to read by torchlight. You discern from the books as you put lots. I'm assuming you're going to put lots of time into reading.
Yes. This time we're
Oh,
going to
yes.
glean as much info as we can, because this is going to make or break if we can do this or not, this info.
We're gonna have if this was a movie, it would be a montage of reading.
Okay. Accompanied by the shrieks in the distance of the tormented souls, Bao Sheng and Cassandra read by the firelight. And what they're able to determine from all the books with the circles and the markings is it's all information about the catalyst crystal, the protector crystal. It's mentioned in several things, and with footnotes and everything, you learn that it is a crystal that has the power to heal and protect. It also has been hinted that it can be used as a shield for an area. Through the journal, you learn that the Damascians and the priest, the priest man. He wrote his journal. It's a very long journal from when he was younger and first got to Ramshire. And it depicts his life there, if you just give me a second.
Certainly.
Cassandra, it does say it can heal. Perhaps it could heal Torteese.
I have the distinct feeling, Bao Sheng, that the only way we'll help Torteese is the only way we would help everyone else in that town. I very much doubt that he's going to pop back into his body, but at the very least we can give him a peaceful rest.
Bao Sheng has seen stranger things at this point, Cassandra.
Have you? Tell me about them. Right now, tell me one of them.
Oh, how about
Yes?
a man who is not a man, Prince Jabba, and an entire town burning in magical black ooze magic thing shit?
That doesn't count. You have to tell me things you have that I
It
haven't
doesn't
seen.
count. Doesn't count. How about when we first met Torteese and there was a weird vampire fox sucking his blood?
Yeah, unlucky for him, that was all he was sucking.
Wow.
What? I'm just saying what everyone's thinking.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Tell me more about Sheng. Tell me about things I haven't seen that you've seen.
Bao Sheng has traveled across many wide oceans and many great lands, and he's seen much.
How many wide oceans
I can
have
believe
you
in.
traveled
I
across?
can believe in things happening, Cassandra.
How many oceans have
And
you
if there is
traveled
a
across,
chance we
Bao
can-
Sheng?
The Great Ocean,
So one
which
ocean.
is like 5 oceans.
No, you just lied to me.
Bao Sheng never lies.
Yes, you do. You lie a lot.
I do not lie.
Okay, so the priest's name was Sebastian, and he traveled here long ago. Skip through his life, and you get towards the end where it becomes apparent that the Noxians and the Damascians have gone to war. He doesn't really detail much about it. He mostly details how this affects the city, being a Noxian city. Like they're very proud and keen to be the front line as they are on the edge of the Noxian sort of area. And he mentions there's a lot of soldiers coming in. it mentions that there's battles out further up down the road, and sometimes you can see the lights from the fires, and then slowly it becomes apparent that the Noxians are losing, and the Demacians are pushing them back, and they're falling back towards Ramshire. It's at this point that he begins to feel uneasy, and that the town itself is in danger. Even though they have strong defenses and they've stood for hundreds and hundreds of years, a war of this scale hasn't been in this area. So he begins to look for ways to help his people, and in his books he came across this crystal catalyst, a protector, and reading more about it, he found that it has this ability to area shield, and he wonders if he can use it for the city itself, whether he can shield the whole city, deny the Demacians if they come in. And he looks for this, and eventually he manages to find the book that you assume Awo has, and then he manages to get the crystal. And he says he doesn't know how to quite use it. He doesn't quite understand.
Where did he get the crystal?
He says he went to the. Do I have a map?
Because where he got the crystal and where he got the books. I mean, like, what I'm looking for when I read this journal is this hypothesis of. Obviously, Azeroth is linked to all this. Probably. I'm looking for, like, points where it just seems too convenient with, like, my police eye, like, places where, like, oh, I just happened to find this sweet crystal.
The crystal was, it was amongst, there was a mage, he mentions a mage school here, so it was amongst magical items, here at the city itself. It is mentioned in the books that Awo, if you're reading a journal, Awo's reading the other journals, that it isn't like an uncommon thing. Like, it's not something that you find on every corner street, but they're not hard to make. People have them. They're not, they're not terribly unique. It just depends on the strength of the one you have. So, he just got it from the city itself. And then, like, it's more about how he's studying, how the Demacians are pushing back the Noxians, how they started burning the outer regions, like the farms and stuff. And then you come across something interesting, that he hears a rumor of an evil demon that is stealing the spirits of the soldiers on the field.
Bing, 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 bing.
But you don't really read much more of that. It's just simply that he's heard this rumor of a demon that's also been attracted to this area, probably due to the war itself. And then he goes back to talking about how he's frantically searching for this crystal. The Demacians eventually, they've beaten the Noxians completely, and he said, there's not much time left. And then he figures it out, and he says he doesn't know if it'll work. He feels an ominous presence. And he has to pray that it will work. And that's the last entry.
What does he say he's trying to accomplish, though, with the crystal exactly? Is he just trying to shield the temple?
He's trying to shield the city. He's trying to shield the city.
Well, he didn't do that at all.
Cassandra, the more we read, the more I feel like shit be fucked. And we should go get Torteese's body in the morning when the sun comes, and drag it to the temple and see if the crystal can do anything to him, and then if it doesn't, get the fuck out.
I was really hoping that, honestly, that the spirit wasn't around before he did the thing, because that would have made it easier to believe that this crystal was key to defeating him. But it probably isn't. If he was already here preying on the souls just because it was a big battle, then he just lucked out on the soul jackpot when this guy locked all the people inside the temple. Well, he did. He's like, oh, look, like 100,000 people that can't leave. I'm just going to eat all your souls over about 10 years.
Yeah.
So that's all we discover, though. We don't discover anything else. No mentions of the demon. No mentions of possible side effects of the catalyst, protector crystal, etc.
The catalyst, in a couple of books that Bao Shang reads, it mentions that it can be used for area protection, and things inside, when cast, will remain inside until the casting is taken off, basically. Until the spell is reversed, or the shield is destroyed. That inside will remain untouched and will not be affected by the outside.
Now that sounds handy. How do you reverse the spell?
It says that you just reverse the spell, or it is destroyed. In the books that Awa was reading. Again, in the other book, it's all that magic sort of jumbo talk. So you don't know.
I don't know what this part means. It's Jimbo Jumbo.
I like John Madencom's comment. Souls turn out to be incredibly filling. That's why you only need to eat them every 10 years, and why the people at Doritos are developing a soul flavor. Cool soul Doritos. I don't know. I'm thinking, obviously, whatever he cast with this shield didn't do what he wanted it to do, because there's no further journal like, oh, day 2, I cast a spell. Oh, it didn't work right. We're all trapped inside the temple. The Damascians are trying to get in.
Didn't protect him either.
No, the Damascians are trying to get in, but we're gonna starve. Day 50, we keep starving. No, obviously, as soon as he did this, Demon Boy showed up, and that's why the puddle's in there. And I always suspected that, but this is the smoking gun that, yes, he died right then. That happened. So he died. So this is bad. This right here, this is a bad thing, and we're gonna put a stop to this tomorrow, and that's gonna be the slam dunk. This is a bad thing. It summoned a bad thing. Whatever he did, it didn't do what he wanted. We're gonna fuck it up, and we're gonna break it, or we're gonna reverse the spell, or any number of things, and that's gonna be the slam dunk.
Let's try and drag Torteese's body to it and fiddle with that too, and see if it does anything. It can't hurt at this point. We'll still destroy it anyway.
I suppose it can't hurt to
do
that.
It can't. It can't.
I suppose not. The piece of the puzzle that I don't understand is I can't understand how what he tried to do backfired so horribly, and because of that I can't understand how reversing the spell is even going to help, but it's certainly not helping in its current state, and it obviously did backfire. So
in the morning we will see.
Yes.
I just don't... if there was some way to reverse it so we could use its power without having to destroy it, that might be useful.
Well, you can try reading the magic spell backwards, Bao Shang. I'm sure that will work.
I can't even read it. Just read from the Book of the Dead backwards. Nothing bad will happen if you do that.
Yeah, it's like the Beatles songs. You're just meant to do it to hear the real messages.
Jamble, are the words... Even though I can't understand what they say, is it possible for me to pronounce them, maybe, without understanding what they mean?
Yes, absolutely. It's written like this. This is how it would be written, So you can understand the letters, but you don't know, it's just gibberish to you.
I don't know what's going to happen when I say Getatefeted. Well,
wait.
I think that's worth a shot, Cassandra.
Wait, no. Hang on.
No, what?
When we read about the spell, the catalyst bullshit, whatever, as much as you can call a crystal a spell, does it mention the effects of it, as in, when you cast it, everybody inside it won't be able to leave?
As in, what the area of effect does?
Yeah, is it once you cast this, you'll be protected, but you can't leave, and no one can come in? How is it supposed to work?
From what you can gather, it's supposed to work that a magical barrier is put up, and those inside cannot be touched from the outside.
Well, that's obviously bullshit, because Demon Dude got in there no problem.
Yeah, but what if out of sheer coincidence, he was already in there? What if... I mean, he can't
If
he came
if
to
he
this...
was already in there, then he would be trapped in there.
Maybe not, because maybe we're looking at it the wrong way. Perhaps, for whatever reason, it can't leave where it was cast, which was in there. But if he aimed to protect the whole city, then perhaps the thing is... I mean, this spirit came here of its own volition, and it's still here. Perhaps it can't leave because of the shield. Perhaps
I see what
destroying
you're
the
saying.
shield would release him and we'd never see all the souls again. Right now they're trapped here, and apparently so is he, unless he just chooses to be here because there's so many souls, but...
I refuse to believe that he just happens to be here because there's so many souls. I would say he's trapped here. That's why he keeps coming back here. And if we break that thing and we release him, God only knows what that will do.
That's the problem. And this is going back to what I was saying, is we don't know whether we're meant to destroy it, or reverse the spell, or do whatever, and... I was hoping pouring through all this information would kind of give us do this, do that, one way or the other, but it kind of still
Well, I
leaves
think
us...
our only options... Yeah, our only options are to go there in the morning and read from the Book of the Dead and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's our only option other than just bugging the fuck out.
Does the journal entry for when he says, here I go, gambate, I'm about to do the shield, does it say what time it was when he does that in his journal, his last entry?
No.
Fucker. Keep dates on your journals, kids.
There's a date, but there's no time.
I'm guessing the date was about 10 years ago.
Yep.
And no one's ever heard about this. Don't know any information about it.
Well, look what happens if you stay there overnight.
Yes, I'm very troubled. We have these courses of action, and they're either going to be the only thing we have going, or they're going to ruin everything. And I'm very troubled because I don't know how we can tell which is the right choice.
We can't. So our options are either to dash headlong into danger, which is not something we've never done before, you know. I still think that there is something to be perhaps seen in going to Torteese's body and seeing if there's anything happens when we place the crystal on him, or put it in his mouth, or, something like that.
The hidden piece is that whenever he's fascinated with me, in every time we fought him, he's fascinated with me. He wants to find, he wants to know if I'm the one. Maybe he doesn't know where the crystal is. Maybe he's trying to find the crystal so he can destroy it and leave. Maybe that's why he wants everybody's secrets, because he wants to know who in the town knew where the crystal was.
But if he did that, if that's what's going on, then the only thing that can tell us if that's the case is if the guy who had the crystal died before giving up the ghost, no pun intended.
Well, that's true. He was there.
Right. So, and we see the puddle there, right?
Right.
So that either means that he was banished before he could get the secret, and then the guy died. Right. That's the only way that theory holds any weight.
But why would he be dead if he banished him? Doesn't make any sense.
Maybe he starved to death because, again, there was a raging fire outside and no one could leave.
No, they didn't starve because of the journal. They died that day, that night.
There is only one other option. It's a terrible option.
What's that?
We go to the temple at night and we stay there with the crystal and we see what happens next.
Yeah. You brought those other crystals,
Which
didn't
sounds a really bit... I assume that, because I told Jemble that we grabbed a bunch of the trinkets. Yeah.
What about the trinkets? What of the trinkets and the scrolls? Are any of those of anything of interest?
I've already explained what the crystals look like to you. They haven't changed.
Mm-hmm.
The scrolls are more information on, some of them are completely nothing to do with the crystal. They describe different magical ways of, of protection spells and that kind of thing.
The trinkets?
The trinkets just look like crystals. They look like crystals. I've told you this.
I thought you meant there were trinkets and crystals.
Are there any that look a lot like the protection crystal?
The trinkets are like crystals that are set in things like necklaces and whatever. Like they're all sort of this based around, this sort of crystal look. Um, yeah.
Well, there's only one other thing to consider.
What?
That if obviously we can't take the crystal from that spot, right? It won't let us leave with that spot. So, in theory, for whatever reason, and we know that the spot was inside the temple, right? So obviously the crystal is no defense against the guy from the temple, correct? We established that in the timeline.
Well, yes, because either
I
it
feel
got
like we
in.
need a whiteboard.
Either yes, we need one of those CSI crime show whiteboards because either he got in while it was
Do
being
you want
cast.
Do you want a white pasteboard?
No, it's
I
okay.
Can we get a
White.
white? Can we get a blank white
Oh,
page?
we're gonna do
please?
it.
There you go.
No, I don't see it.
We're gonna CSI this up, Cassandra.
Where's that whiteboard?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to clear something off it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, obviously, here's your stupid. Let's say you've got a.
Here's our timeline.
Okay,
Here's our
you
timeline.
draw.
Oh, okay, you.
No. You
Alright.
draw. I like the timeline better.
Circles and lines. Which one?
Okay. So we have our timeline, right? We'll assume that the end of the timeline is when. Oh, that didn't go where I wanted it to.
Whoop.
Weird. It's like offset. Sorry. Help me, Cassandra, with my terrible drawing.
Why can't you draw?
You could just write it like one under another without a line. Just so it might be easier. There's no drawing involved then.
This true drawing takes a long time. Use text.
Okay. Okay.
You know, Jamble, in the journal when he says I'm going to do the thing, does he mention whether the Damascians have made it into town yet? Like, does he mention what's the last known state of the town before the journal runs out?
The Damascians are coming and they're burning everything.
Oh, they're in the town burning everything.
I can't
Well,
remember
they're
what
coming.
his name is, but I just put Benjamin because we'll pretend that's what his name was.
It was Sebastian.
Oh, okay.
Well, then I suppose it would make sense that the spirit would be in the city radius because that's where all the killing is. And obviously he's
Well,
he's not afraid to become in view of the soldiers while they're doing their work because otherwise there'd be no rumors of him. So maybe he was in the city.
I think we have to assume he was in the city because his puddle of goo that he leaves behind when he gets his ass kicked was inside the temple, which is supposedly protected. So there's only one option. Either the protection spell was gone, right? And then he got in there and fucking wasted everybody. And then somehow or another, Sebastian/Benjamin managed to kick his ass and throw the crystal and fucking die himself, right? Or the protection spell was already up and he can get through it. Either way, I don't think the protection spell is much protection at all against him.
But it might be trapping him in the city.
In the town. That we don't know.
We don't know that. And that would explain why, all the ghosts, like the ghost girl couldn't leave either. So obviously,
Well, but the other thing we have to consider is that he is here independent of that, and that he is here eating up the ghosts like Doritos, slowly over time.
yes. I mean, obviously the ghosts couldn't leave the city limits or else you probably would have.
Right, and as far as we could tell, they couldn't leave because of him.
Perhaps.
That would seem to indicate, and he only comes at night. He doesn't come in the day. So that would seem to indicate that he is coming to this place from some other place because he wants to. Not because, not because he's necessarily trapped here. Unless he's a ghost too.
He does enter the town in these weird fog machine ways.
We need dry ice. That will defeat him.
We need Van Halen.
A guitar solo to melt his face.
I don't know. I mean, we know what we know. We have like 90% of the information we need, but we just need that last 10% that says, do this or do that. And I don't know how we're going to find it.
The only place where there's going to be any of that information is going to be in the town. I mean, is there any place in town that we haven't explored yet?
You haven't explored beyond the temple.
Well, I'd say that should be our mission tomorrow, Cassandra. Is we'll explore beyond the temple. If we don't find anything, then we'll just go from there. I also want to know whether you want to keep leaving Torteese's body in there, or if you want to do anything with it.
Maybe worst case we just break the crystal if we can. I mean, it's not like things aren't already shit.
I feel like
A
that
woman.
if we I feel like that if it isn't broke, don't break it more.
Look,
And if we're unsure about what it's going to do, we should just leave it alone and get the fuck out. If that's what we're going to do, then we should just leave it alone and get the fuck out. Because God only knows if we're going to do that, Cassandra, if we're going to do that, we should do it in the daytime.
I'll level with you.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
As a character, what I would do in this situation is take all this shit to somebody who knows what the fuck it means in Piltover and come back in like 2 or 3 weeks, and then there would be no risk of fucking everything up. As a player, I don't want to do that because if Torteese can potentially be saved, it leaves him out of play for God knows how many sessions. So it's not really like a game solution, but it's what I feel like is the safest and best option. Like, the souls get tormented for another month, but nothing bad happens in the end. Yes, it's bad, but it's better than eternal torment if we fuck this up. You know what I mean? And I know there's people up there who could tell us what it is, but from a game standpoint, and you have to consider it from a game standpoint too, poor Taters is like sitting here in TeamSpeak in kind of this literal state of limbo until we make a decision one way or another. Like...
I'm having fun writing on this page, so it's okay.
I think we should investigate the rest of town quickly before we make any decisions in case that last 10% of knowledge we need is there.
And maybe in the books we left behind today, there's a last 10% of knowledge in there too.
We know a lot more now
We
than
do.
we did yesterday. Perhaps we can find that.
We do. If there's nothing more to discover in the text, I suppose we'll sleep and go back tomorrow. But it's
Okay.
tough. We're close, but we just don't have that all-important info to pull the trigger.
What are you looking for? If you tell me what you're looking for in the books, like, I might be able to help you here. Like, we can say you're skimming through it.
Well,
But I need to know what you're looking for.
well, we've talked our theories out with you, so I mean, you know what we're thinking, you know what we're trying to guess. But I mean, you need something more specific.
Yeah,
than
but
that.
I want to know. I want to know what you're looking for in the book. If you're just skimming through it, you're skimming through it. You're going to be reading the same kind of stuff. Like, I want to know
Okay,
exactly.
well, let's use the whiteboard.
what
We're
you're
looking for. We're looking for. Hang on. We're looking to see if, like, points of interest. I'm just going to collate everything we have that's important that we don't quite understand properly. There's Azeroth's icon. Obviously, anything relating to Azeroth or his
None.
icon. Okay. There's what else is there? Any mention of like a powerful woman or something? Because I think the key that we don't properly understand here is that what Azeroth wants. He wants the woman. Now, if he is trapped here, then it would make sense that he would be fanatic about trying to find a way out. So I feel like the key is his motivation is he's looking for the woman. Are you the one? All right. Or we assume the woman because he goes straight for me. We don't even know.
Or unless you have secrets that you've not revealed to me yet, Cassandra.
Surprisingly, I don't, Baosheng. But we know he's
All
looking.
right.
We know he's looking for someone, perhaps a woman. But he's looking for the one. Are you the one? This is the thing we know, but we don't know why. It could be his own thing he's got going on.
In several books, there's mention of women and mages and such.
What? Tell me more. I'd like to know more.
There's just like names of
I'd like to know
famous
more.
mages, famous mages that have done this and that, or this mage has found this or that, or discovered this. But there's no the woman or a great caster or something.
Not in his journal either.
Nope.
Let's look in the morning.
I guess. What else do we know about him that's important? He's looking for a person. He's a fuckwit. Green
He
fog.
he can be dispelled. But I don't think we've yet figured out the method by which he is dispelled.
Is there anything in the journals or anything relevant to, like, the torturer that he is, the interrogator?
Is Azeroth mentioned in any of these papers that we have?
Is it mentioned an interrogator or the breast ripper or anything like that?
No, all the papers you have are regarding magical items, magical spells, and things of that regard to do with protection, healing, shielding.
If we go off the logic we've been instructed, then the black pool, he doesn't have that when he gets summoned, as far as we know. The green fog is when he's summoned, or when he appears. The black pool is when he's defeated. So if we go off your logic, let's just, because we don't know anything right the fuck now, let's take a leap of faith and let's say Sebastian defeated him somehow in the crypt. Coincidence, somehow he did it. But I don't know. Let's go to sleep. I guess.
We did not find the crystal on him, on Sebastian/Benjamin. You know what I mean? We found it in the rubble, right? So when we found it initially, Shamble, was it obviously that it had been hidden in there? Like, because I know Beagle got a really high roll when he found it.
It didn't look like it was hidden. No, like it had a bit of scrap over it, but that scrap probably could have accumulated over the years. It looked like it had fallen there.
What's important to note is we didn't find it on his body. So either he threw it at Azeroth, presumably, right? Or it was there hidden from Azeroth so that Azeroth could not find it, right? Presumably. Because if we'd found it on his body, that would have given us a little bit more information, don't you think?
What if Azeroth knew about this? Because Sebastian in the last page of the journal say he feels like someone is with him, like a bad presence? He says that, right?
He feels an ominous presence. He feels, yeah.
What if the reason this all backfired, because this is a fairly common spell apparently, or a fairly common crystal, this Callous Protector, it's fairly common. It's not, it's not impossible to find. You find it at your local magic bullshit, your Walmart. Like, what if
Wall magic?
What if what we need to understand this is that the reason it backfired and the reason Azeroth is linked to it is because he was, I don't want to say the word haunting, but he was kind of spooking around Sebastian. He got wise of what he was doing, and the reason, it wasn't a coincidence he was there, the reason he was there was because he purposefully hijacked it while he was doing the spell. And so he purposefully hijacked the power, and that's why it backfired.
Or now he's caught, and he can't leave.
That seems like a coincidence. There
are so many things that seem like coincidences here.
If we ignore the coincidence because the coincidences are getting us nowhere, but if we take it as logic and we say this all happened for a reason, then perhaps he legitimately was there on purpose because he knew the thing was going to happen with Sebastian and he knew he was going to try to cast a spell.
Maybe.
Perhaps he is intrinsically linked to that.
We have so much supposition and not a lot of hard facts. All we really know, we don't know for sure that the crystal is linked to him. We don't know for sure of any of that other than that we found it there.
I think we need to undo the spell. I think the spell... I think he hijacked the spell.
Let's explore in the morning, and then we'll make a decision.
Okay, but I'm going with that. I think he hijacked the spell. I think he is nefarious.
I would like to get more... I don't think we know that for sure.
Obviously, think he did
he's
it.
Nefarious.
It's the only way it adds up. I think he did it. I think he did it on purpose. I think he did.
I have this great image in my mind of like Cassandra and Baoshank sitting around a fire talking about this, and then it's just a close up on your face, and it's just going, "He did it. He did it."
Yeah, like Baoshank's like talking in the background. It's like, no, he did it. It's like when you watch the crime show and you have like the black and white flashback when you solve the mystery of like, oh, and this is what happened, like after 40 minutes, and you see the flashback, and now my eyes are 1,000-yard stare, and I see it as he goes down. He's like, oh, time to save the town, and then Azeroth's like, remember me, and he just comes up, and then he fucks it all up, and Sebastian dies right there, and Azeroth hijacks all the magic bullshit. He traps all of the people, all of the ghosts, all of this. Oh my god! Like think about it, it's perfect. What does he want to do? He wants to get souls, so he traps in one fell swoop, he traps all of the souls of this entire battle, all the fire, all the bullshit, all the people in this temple. He traps every single soul in this small localized area where he can torment them for eternity. I think that's it. I think he did this on purpose. I think we have to reverse the spell to fuck him over. And maybe if we reverse the spell, then he doesn't come back to life as easy anymore and we can kill him for real. Or maybe he'll just die as soon as we do it.
It's worth a shot. I think we should still explore, though, to make sure.
He did
There'll
it.
still be plenty of time to do that. There'll
He did
still
it.
be plenty of time,
He did it.
Cassandra,
We
before
break the
cause us to
crystal.
be horribly destroyed by an evil demon.
We break the crystal, and if we can't break it, we try to undo the spell.
Fine.
And if we can't do either of those things, we say, you know what? This is beyond our reasoning.
Can we try to use the crystal on Torteese?
Well, if you're dragged in the hallway, yes, but it's gonna take us longer to get there.
All right, I have a plan for tomorrow.
What are you gonna do with the crystal? You're just gonna put it on Torteese?
Yeah. Well, what the fuck? Why not? It's not like it can. It's not like it's gonna make the crystal not work. Maybe it'll help Torteese.
Maybe putting it on a man of true heart will break the curse.
True love's kiss. Kiss and Baosheng.
I think the DM is playing favorites here.
Let's go to sleep. I think we've exposited enough. It's time for action. It's time for the action part of the movie.
Alright, well, after much disgust. After much talking
Disgusting.
and discussion,
Ovaltine.
you go to sleep. You go to sleep. You wake up early in the morning. Again, if you're going to hide the horses and travel in, you'll get there about 10 o'clock. Well, roll time, see if you get there quicker.
Can't we just camp where the horses were? So we don't have to, like, take them, like, that doesn't make any sense. Can't we just camp where the horses were and just walk from there instead of wasting time back and forth?
Okay, well, it'll still take you time, because you have to walk out.
That's fine,
yeah. Okay, so roll time for me.
You better roll better than me, Beagle.
Lucky number.
Okay, so it takes you about an hour. So you're there about 9 o'clock in the morning at Torteese's body.
I want to see how hard it would be before we start off. How hard is it going to be to move Torteese's body?
You can do it. You can drag him. There'll be times. It'll take probably 2 hours, like an extra hour to get there, because you'll have to, like, lift his body over things together and stuff.
Cassandra, you go on ahead and explore beyond the temple. I will drag Torteese's body to the temple, and I will meet you there, let's say, in 2 hours, since that's about how long it'll probably take me to get the body there.
Have fun. I'm gonna start.
Oh, if you're gonna take it on, okay.
How long will it take him on his own?
Oh, were you
on
assuming
his
that
own,
we would
it'll
both
take
be
longer.
helping?
Yeah, like, you both need to lift him over things.
Alright, let's just do it. It's like an extra hour. Fuck it. You want to do it so bad. It doesn't make any sense, but you want to do it
Thank
so
you.
bad. Let's take the body.
Okay, roll for time.
Fuck balls.
Okay.
You still want to
So
take the body?
it takes you 3.5 hours to get there. It was harder than you expected to get the body over some of the rubble. So it is 10, 11, 12, 30 now. It is noon.
Alright, that's not bad. It could be worse.
Yeah, alright. Now, let's get him inside the temple, and then go get the stupid crystal. And
I go
do what
get
you
the
wanna-
crystal.
Do what you want to do with it.
Okay, so you go down and you get the crystal and you bring it back up to the top?
Yep.
Or are you doing this below? Where are you? Which floor are you on?
The main floor, whatever that is.
Okay,
We're not gonna
let me
drag
just-
Torteese's body up down any fucking stairs. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
just gonna draw out the skeletons.
No, seriously. You don't want us to fuck up your dead body, do you?
Hey,
Wow.
Torteese is back to life. Oh, he's got no arms.
Right.
Skeleton. Skeleton. Okay.
Scary
Um,
skeletons.
Let me get Torteese's marker, and you can put him wherever you want and do whatever you want. Torteese, there he is.
Can I just like to keep going with the crime scene / mystery cliches? Can I just like stand in the middle of the temple and just do like a slow dramatic 360 as I look around all the skeletons and like roll inside of something like what were they thinking? What was it? What were they looking at? What were they doing when they died? What does this?
I've
You don't have
already
sunglasses,
told
though.
you.
How does it speak to me? What is the secrets of the skeletons?
I've already told you. They look like they were cowering and trying to protect their loved ones. And others are just dead in shapes, like their bodies have fallen over and dead and have been moved by like rodents here and there. So, you know, they've fallen over and their bodies have ragdolled, so you don't really know exactly.
Oh god, I'm gonna be subjected to dominoes.
Okay, so you're at the
Oh, no,
front,
I'm
there
not.
you go. And you can do
Shit!
what you want from here. Oh. Aways in Domino Land.
Thousands of stores still use the old logo, including mine.
We're fixing that.
Wow.
Why is this happening to Awo?
I think it's something to do
needs
with
to
you
know.
loading the stream and having an ad.
He needs to know that Domino's changed its name to Domino. So
Domino.
Oh, thank god.
You back, Awo?
I'm back from Domino's world.
do you want to order some Domino's while you're gone?
So I'm gonna take the crystal and I'm gonna put it on Torteese's chest.
At the front there.
Yeah.
I've given you control of everything, by the way, so you can move.
Put him in
Okay.
the
Whatever you
center.
want.
Put him in the center. If there's like an altar, hey, bonus points for your creepy occult shit.
There's like, as I said when we were here last time, there is a raised platform dais here, like with maybe that people would speak on or offer gifts, something like that.
Put him up there. It's
Let's
the-
put Torteese's body. Yeah, put his body up there.
Yeah. This is a great idea. Like Azeroth appears and he has like Torteese's mortal body and he's like, "Thanks. This body's sick."
Okay, so what are you doing? Give me the rundown on what are you gonna do?
Yeah, do it, Bao.
I'm gonna put the crystals on his chest.
Okay, so you just put it on him.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright, the crystal is sitting on his chest.
Does the light change or anything like that?
Nope.
All right, let's go explore to the north, Cassandra. While this is okay, I have a better idea. I'm gonna open up Torteese's mouth. I'm gonna hide the crystal in his mouth.
What? What?
Let me do this. You said I could do this. I'm gonna hide the crystal in his mouth, and I'm gonna close his mouth shut so that nobody knows the crystal is there. And then
I'm
we're
going
gonna
upstairs.
explore north.
No, I want to look at those books again. That's what I want to do. If you want to explore, go scout. I'm going to look at these books. I'm going to try to find the missing piece of the puzzle.
I will explore north of the temple to see if we can see anything.
Okay, let's deal with you first, Cassandra. If you're at these books, I want you to roll. There are a lot of them. I want you to roll investigation.
Oh, these rolls today are just so good.
Primo investigator.
Dominoes investigations.
Yeah,
Uh,
investigate that cheesy crust.
Okay, so you're looking through the books and you're looking at various sort of enchantments and spells and whatever, and we'll go to Awo. Awo, you have gone outside the church, the temple. The buildings are still rubbles and ruins in this area as well. Not as bad as outlying areas, but they are destroyed. So you want to go where? Around you, you can see they were high buildings, like, there's probably 2-3 story high buildings. They could have been taverns, they could have been shops, you don't know. They're things unless you go in them. You do see a ruined tower further into the city, along with some other bigger buildings.
I'm gonna head towards that,
Which one?
the tower thing.
Okay, roll for time. You can judge it as nearly 30 minutes away, and that's
Okay.
a good travel. The roll for time. Okay, so it takes you about 40 minutes to get there, which makes it nearly 1 o'clock. So you get to the tower, and you see it's a rather large tower that's broken and destroyed, and it's built coming out of a smaller, well, not small, but a one-story kind of high-roofed building that is also destroyed. The roof looks to have collapsed into it.
I'm gonna look around, see if I can't see anything. I'm
Okay,
not gonna.
as you
Go ahead.
okay,
Nope. I'm good.
you're not gonna what?
I'm not gonna do nothing.
Wow, gaming the game, eh, okay, so as you enter the building, you see that originally there was like a room. It looks like there was maybe like some sort of ornament or something was in the middle that has been destroyed. It's kind of just all rubble now. You don't know what it was, if it was a statue, if it was a fountain, if it was... You don't know what it was.
Okay.
There's a area around it, like space around it, with just general rubble, not anything that looks like it was there originally. As you go through what looks like would have been a wall, there's books and books, kind of like a lot of the wooden shelves have been destroyed, and a lot of them have fallen over. So there's a lot of books on the floor, and a lot of them are ruined because I would say probably 90% of them are ruined because of the weather. The roof has collapsed, so the weather has been in here, but it looks to be like some sort of library at first glance at the entrance where you are.
I'm gonna take a book at random and just flip through it and see if there's anything useful in it, or maybe glean what kind of library this was.
You take a book at random, and it's mostly ruined. You can't really tell anything about it.
I'll do that for the next 5 minutes. Just pick up a book at random, see if I can glean anything from it. If I can't find anything from that, I'm gonna go to another building.
He stole it.
Okay. As what?
He stole the shit.
What?
The crystal. You said it can heal and it can protect. It can do both.
Yeah.
He stole the power, and that's why he keeps reviving, because it heals him.
Oh, Cassandra.
You're not even
Oh,
here.
Cassandra.
Like...
Cassandra.
No, I'm talking to myself.
Cassandra.
Okay, so anyway, coming back to Bashang. As you manage to find a couple pages here, a couple pages there, a book that's not quite ruined, you see that most of these books, either history, magical history, or magical books.
Magical books.
Like they involve magic stuff. They're not like magical, quote unquote, but they involve magical content.
Is
like whether it's history, whether it's spells, whether it's
is any of it at first glance relevant? Do I see anything relevant in terms of imagery that we've seen before that looks
They're
familiar?
mostly completely ruined. The ones that have spells in them you can't obviously read. Other ones you make out looks like they're kind of more history. You do read some that pertain to like more practical things and doing stuff, but like I said, they're ruined. Like you might find a picture here, a picture there, bits of writing, but like pages, you can't find a whole page that's complete. Like there's smudges and it's ruined and
all right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go out into another building.
Okay, Cassandra, roll investigation again in your reading time.
Uh-huh.
So it's 1 o'clock now, in the afternoon. As you are looking over all these scrolls, you tip an inkwell and it crashes to the floor and spills. And as you move hurriedly away, you disturb the books and they fall a bit, and you find a scroll that catches your eye as it has Azeroth's name on it. And as you read this, you can see that he wrote notes on it as well, that he wasn't able to find any information, and what he's pieced together is that this is a demon creature from the Shadow Isles, and he seems to mostly target women, and he's looking for a certain kind of soul, and he can't. But nothing really much more is known about him, except that he's been known to appear all over the land.
All over Runeterra.
Yes. He's there's been numerous sightings, like there's a couple of dates on there, like some very, very old ones to some more recent ones, of uh of rumors of this demon that is doing very similar to what he is doing, which is, stealing women's souls and stuff.
So his old bag isn't even related to this town at all. He's just here, possibly trapped. Does it say anything about if he's ever been killed and he came back to life? Anything about that? That'd be really
There's
helpful.
no information on that.
I'm sorry. I was trying to delete it.
I gotta keep reading then.
So bashing, where do you want to go? To the
I want
bigger set of
to-
buildings, or do you want to just
yes.
look around in some general buildings?
I'll go to the bigger set of buildings. And yes, I will go to the bigger set of buildings.
Okay, as you head over to the bigger set of buildings, they are destroyed. It looks like there was more time destroying and ransacking these than other buildings. The one you're in was also ransacked and destroyed, but this one is, it's clearly targeted. There's a symbol, like the Noxian kind of symbol, is painted onto one of the doors, which would have been fancy and nice in its day. There's pillars. It looks to be what would have been, a very, very fancy sort of governmental, maybe mayor building, or maybe a bank, something like that, from the
Okay.
outside.
Okay, that's promising.
Okay. So you're just going in.
Yes, I'm gonna go in and explore.
Okay.
Keep
As
my
you go
eagle
in,
Baoshang monk eyes peeled.
as you go in, you can see that it's been trashed. Like, people have been through this, like trying to find something to steal or whatever, which reinforces the idea that it was a governmental building that would have had, nice stuff in it. It is pretty much trashed and looted and destroyed. How much time do you want to spend looking around?
Not long. I want to spend maybe about 10 minutes looking around.
10 minutes. Roll in perception investigation. Okay. As you look into another room, you open a door and it looks to be the main council room. It's got a very high roof, most of which has been destroyed and collapsed. But it looked like it would have been very fancy in its day. There is a table that is broken, that is a crescent moon shaped. There are more skeletons in this room than the other rooms. And their clothes has mostly been stripped, kind of, and like looted.
How lewd.
The
Is
dead
there
men
anything
need
of
no
value that
clothes.
I see?
No, you don't see anything of value. People have already taken anything that's valuable.
Okay, I'm going to exit the building, and what time is it now? It's like 1:30, 2
About
o'clock.
1:30. Yep.
All right. I'm going to head to one of the other buildings, and I'm going to spend about 10 minutes looking in there really quick just to confirm it's as tossed as the other ones, and then I'm going to head back to the temple.
Can you roll investigation?
Sorry, was that me?
No. Anyway, for his other buildings.
Fuck.
You
Hope
take
there
a
wasn't
quick look-
anything important in there.
You take a quick look in the other buildings around it, and they look to be trashed and looted as well, and just like with nothing of importance left. And you make your way back. It's about 2 o'clock. Stand roll investigation.
Yeah, like after finding the scroll, can I just like take an inventory, just like move stuff around, make sure I'm not missing any more stuff like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of books. You don't find any. Well, actually,
Beep, boop. It's the
you don't
slime
find
bunk.
anything else regarding Azeroth. You find a couple of bits that are circled, like with text and everything, but it's all been condensed onto that scroll that Sebastian seems to have written himself.
I'm
There, as you
I'm especially looking for information on how to undo the spell at this point.
Okay, as you find most of the books regarding the spell casting and uh, the crystal itself are in the books you took back to camp. Um, I'm assuming you brought probably the main ones with you. So most of them are in those books. The ones that are left are, other regarding to other items and other things and other. You don't find much of use regarding that. It's mostly in the books you already have.
Oh, so I don't find anything else either? Nothing useful?
Nope.
Well,
Nope.
I guess we're done here with these books.
I'm gonna
Okay,
head back
as
to the
you-
temple.
As you sign exasperation at not finding any new information, you hear Bao Sheng clanging around below, downstairs.
Great. Alright, I come
I heard your
downstairs.
tone.
I come downstairs. Find anything good, Bao Shang?
I found nothing. The place is tossed and burned.
Ask me what I
Did
found.
you find?
Ask me.
Ask me what I found.
Ask me what
Ask
I
me
found.
what I found. Can you not sound so haughty, Cassandra?
I am haughty. Now ask me what I found.
What did you find, Cassandra?
More than you found. So, I found a scroll that Sebastian was keeping his information on Azeroth. He didn't know much.
You mean
But-
Benjamin, right?
Yes, Benjamin. He confirms in the scroll that Azeroth has been around for a long time, apparently. There's rumors of him all across the continent. He's a demon, apparently, from the Shadow Isles. You know what the Shadow Isles are, Bao Shang?
They do not sound like a fun, happy time, Cassandra.
No, they're a particularly bad time. In fact, if you think of Azeroth and then think just of that as a general place, that is my understanding of what the Shadow Isles are. They are not a nice place. So he comes from there, and it confirmed that he is apparently fascinated by the souls of women. So that wasn't a coincidence. That seems to be his thing. But what I infer from that is that he's been looking for this woman all over, and it's not related. He's not related to this town any more than he was here. I don't know, I mean, unless the person in particular he was looking for was here, but it seems like he was here on his own reasons, or getting souls or looking for whoever he wanted, whatever, but it's not like he's looking for someone to undo the spell. And that, plus the fact that he's had 10 years to look for that crystal, I feel like if he wanted to destroy it, he would have by now, you know? I feel like it's good for him. And what I realized is we read that crystal can heal as well as provide a shield. What if he interceded during the ceremony and took all the power for himself, and that's why he can't be killed, because the crystal keeps healing him. And that's why he stays here, not because he's shielded into the town, but because
What
this
if we
is the
could
source
use it
of
to
his
heal
health.
Torteese?
No, Torteese is dead. Torteese is dead. He doesn't have a soul.
Don't you think it is... Perhaps we can bargain for his soul?
No, I don't think we can bargain for his soul at all. I think the
Cassandra.
only bargain we can make is destroying Azeroth. I think that's the only hope
Cassandra,
he has.
Listen, Cassandra. Here's what we would do. We wait until Azeroth shows up, and we bargain for his soul. And
No.
then before Azeroth's eyes, we smash the crystal.
No, just smash it now. That's
After
stupid.
we have Torteese's soul.
No, that's stupid. This isn't Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Bao Shang. We can't play
You're right,
chess
it's
with
Bao
Azeroth.
Shang and Cassandra's... It's Bao Shang and Cassandra's ultimate adventure.
Yeah, well, I'm
You
not
need to
getting
try
tortured
to
for
save
eternity,
Torteese.
Bao Shang. I'm not. I am not getting tortured for eternity because Torteese was too stupid to run. Now, we're doing our best here, but your plan is dumb.
Can we at least try to read the words? Perhaps we can free Torteese. I mean, if we
Yes!
are going to destroy this anyways, perhaps we can heal Torteese.
Well,
That's at least worth a shot, isn't it? Isn't it? We're going to destroy it anyways. Let's at least see if it can help us before we destroy it.
I say our goal, let's agree, our goal is to dispel this spell. Yes?
I think that will happen ultimately because you seem to have a very one-track mind here, Cassandra.
So we either break it or we dispel it. Do you have any ideas on how to dispel it?
Let's read from the Book of the Dead.
What if we just stomp on it?
In my experience, stomping on things didn't work out so well for us in the past.
Is there like a big heavy like shield or a sword around I can pick up?
Torteese has a hammer.
We dragged his fucking hammer this whole way.
Well, it would have been on him.
Okay.
Like,
Well, let's take
in his
Torteese's
belt or
blacksmith
whatever.
hammer.
How about this? Before we smash it, let's read from the Book of the Dead. You want to dispel it too, right? So what could it possibly hurt to read from the contents of the book?
I think smashing it will dispel it. What if you perform the spell again and then you make
What if
Azeroth
smashing-
twice as powerful?
What if smashing it prevents, makes it so Azeroth can appear in the daytime and come to us right away?
What if casting the spell makes it so Azeroth can appear in the daytime and come to us right away, and then we can't leave?
Well, we just don't know, do we?
I'm gonna go with my idea because I'm me.
I can see that. Well, I have a brilliant idea. How about we get the horses and we prepare to leave so that we can leave speedily if we need to?
We can't because the crystal can't leave the temple.
But we can leave and get the horses and come back since you want to smash it just the same.
But there's a reason we didn't bring the horses. Is it's all rubbly.
Bao Sheng lets out a heavy sigh. Do whatever you want to do with the hammer.
What if
Do
we
it, go on.
what if we smash
I
Torteese's
know,
body
you're like a
apart
giant
so we
child.
can never bring him back and then we can leave because there'll be no guilt.
I'm already having an immense amount of guilt.
Look, I say we try to smash it. It probably won't even work. If we can't smash it, we do your plan. I just like the odds of my plan better.
I never thought the day would come where I was trying to stop you from smashing something to get our way.
I don't think it can perform its power if it's broken into little pieces.
Bao Sheng goes to get the crystal from Torteese's mouth and hands it to Cassandra.
I don't want to touch it. It's got this dead saliva all over it. Put it on the ground. Put it on the ground.
I've handed it to you. You can do what you want with it.
What if we yeah. What if we just put it on the ground and you smash it, Bao Sheng? You smash that crystal.
No, I don't. This is your plan. You want to smash it, you smash it.
Smash it, Bao Sheng.
Picks up Torteese's hander. He picks up
Hand
Torteese's
up.
hammer and he hands it to Cassandra.
I can't smash it. I'm not good at smashing things.
I'm not going to be a party to this, Cassandra.
Smash it.
Bao Sheng puts the hammer at Cassandra's feet.
Ah, I smashed the crystal.
Okay, so roll me a strength.
Told you I couldn't smash things.
So Cassandra picks up the hammer and she brings it down on top of the crystal. And when she strikes it, you hear like a almost like you don't hear it, but you feel it kind of like vibration sound, like a ting kind of in the air, and the air sort of shimmers around you, and a little chip falls off it, but it doesn't destroy it.
That is a result. What's the shimmer?
The shimmer disappears once the sound dissipates.
I hit it again.
Is it still pulsating after he does that?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to hit it again.
Frank. Cassandra hits it again, and a bigger plate comes off, and the air shimmers a little bit stronger this time.
Okay. And again. Look, I'm not strong, alright? You can do it.
You've just had shitty rolls this entire time, Beagle. You could be strong enough to do this.
Is it really fair for someone with a bad stat to just keep rolling until they get something good? 'Cause I feel like that's not fair.
It doesn't matter because it's done now. Like it was. Cassandra, I was only gonna draw it out for 3, and you're so bad that you had to take 3. Cassandra brings the hammer down a third and final time, and as it smacks the crystal, it breaks it in half. One piece, well, not quite half, one piece bigger than the other. and as it does, the air around you explodes with this shimmering and a sound that kind of like deafens you, and you have to put your hands to your ear as the noise rips through the air like a concussion from the crystal outwards in this circle. And all of a sudden, all around you, you hear this immense sort of like shrieking, and like after the pulsating of the air has calmed down, as you look up and around you, you see just hundreds and hundreds of these white spirits kind of like flying around crazily, sort of thing. Like they're just it's absolutely just like you're enveloped like in this cyclone of like
Is it like at
cyclones
the end of
Close your eyes,
Indiana
Marion!
Jones and the
Clo-
Raiders? Yeah.
Don't open your eyes! Don't open your eyes! And then, like, Azeroth's face just starts melting, like, yeah!
And so all these spirits are like flying around you, and you hear another great shriek, and
Da-da-da.
the air grows ominous and thick behind you as
Fuck!
Look what you did.
Azeroth
Look
appears.
what you fucking did.
Fuck, damn it!
Fucking goddamn your eyes, Cassandra.
Fuck you, Sebastian! You should have kept better notes!
As,
Oh, it's
as
Sebastian's
Azeroth,
fault. Benjamin's
as
fault.
the green smoke fills the
It's
temple.
daytime, right? Right? It's fucking
yes.
daytime, right?
Yes, it's
Okay.
daytime. Fills the temple, and the spirits seem to at Azeroth's arrival, they seem to gather themselves in almost like fear, and you see them like standing, kind of like drawing back amongst each other, like pretty much like standing in and on each other, like on the walls, as far away as they can get from him.
Just like the skeletons?
Just like the skeletons. And he arrives, and he shrieks at you, and he says, "What have you done?" Very good at shrieking in a man's voice.
Do you want me to do it?
No, there you go.
We have ruined your day, foul demon.
I take aim immediately. Like, at
Okay.
combat aim.
Okay, so you want to shoot him?
Well, I want to take aim because I figured there's going to be some exposition, but I want to get an advantage roll when the fighting starts by
Okay.
aiming.
Okay.
Did you learn nothing from Han Solo, Beagle?
I'm not Han Solo. I wish I was, but I'm not.
Azeroth ignores Bashang, and he points at you with his the ball scepter thing, and he says, and again he shrieks, and his voice is full of rage and anger, and he says, "You woman, I shall take your soul, and I shall enjoy it for eternity. You shall pay for what you've done."
I want to shoot him with my aimed shot.
Okay, you can roll to hit and also roll initiatives.
Oh yeah, bitches! It's like if the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark had a sick boss fight in it.
Yeah.
Jamble
Says the
sounds like we're
DM
gonna
with
die.
Yeah.
Jamble
I know
sounds like we're gonna die.
I know we're gonna die. Yeah, I know we're gonna die.
That's my...
Well, Bashang,
That's your hit? That's your shot to hit?
Hang on.
Is that your shot to hit or your initiative?
That was my... Well, I had advantage, so that's my 2 shots to hit.
Okay. Roll initiative now, please, as well.
that was my initiative, Jamble.
That's my
Yep.
initiative. 5. Now, Pao Shang,
Okay.
remember, don't kick the clamps off me.
Okay. So, roll damage on your shot.
I hit?
Yep.
Fuck yes! Okay. Not bad.
8 damage.
8 damage.
Okay. As the bullet sails into Azeroth, he shrieks of anger again, and you can see it actually mark his black leather armor instead of sailing through it like the last time. And he shrieks of anger, and he leaps forward at you. Are you standing like that, the both of you? Just
Yeah,
like
presumably.
yeah,
Do I get
Side
to
by
move
side,
after
yeah.
I shoot?
yeah, I guess.
I wanna be behind Bao Sheng.
Wow, what the fuck?
I bet he
will
can't.
move yourself.
I bet he can't teleport anymore. I bet he can't do that bullshit anymore.
Listen, obviously we
yourself
can damage
the
him.
way you wanna be.
Obviously we can damage him now, Cassandra, and that means Bao Sheng is gonna wreck a fool.
Wreck that fucking fool!
Okay, so Azeroth jumps forward towards you. And he reaches out, and he brings the scepter up, and he brings it down heavy across Bao Sheng, in his attempt to knock him out the way. And you take 5 points of damage.
Gotta get up earlier in the morning to take out old Bao Sheng.
And he knocks you to there.
Alright.
You take 5 points of damage, so you have 10 health.
Yes.
Okay, and then it is Bao Sheng's turn.
Show him the power of Bao Sheng, Bao Sheng.
I am gonna Bao Sheng the
You
shit
can
out of
you
him.
can do your scream here. No Noxians will hear you. You can do your Bao Sheng shout.
I am gonna spend a one of my key points, and I'm going to use Flurry of Blows. I'm gonna blow him with Flurry.
And for the second time, McFlurries are here in D&D. Can I just interject?
So I'm
and
going
I just want to highlight the chat that Bearlo said, "Can Torteese's body be thrown in a way that he can mount Azeroth?" If only.
Wow. Wow. So my
I would do
primary
it.
attack action is going to be Stunning Strike, and then I'm going to do my 2 unarmed bonus strikes
Okay,
as my
roll
bonus
to hit.
action.
Roll to hit for all of them.
Damn. Damn.
Okay, so stunning
Wow.
strike and the first other strike hit. So roll damage on the stunning strike. I think that has less damage, doesn't it?
Stunning Strike. Here, I'll read it from the sheet. It causes a stun, and the creature can make a saving throw versus my Wisdom modifier.
So it doesn't do damage.
The first one doesn't do damage. It would just stun them. So if it's successful, it stuns them, and they're stunned for a full round. And
Okay,
then...
do damage. Do damage, and then it's 6. Okay. So Bao Sheng leaps forward in a chopping motion, trying to stun Azeroth, and he lands this slicing blow that would normally daze a normal person. But Azeroth turns around angry at him, and it doesn't seem to affect him. So he lashes forward with his other fist and punches him straight in where his face would be, to hear Azeroth scream with rage again at this attack. And
Give us
Cassandra, it's your
Torteese
turn.
back, you piece of shit!
Okay, I wanna. How much health does Bao Sheng have?
10 life
points of
left.
damage.
Oh, then I'm gonna go ham. I want to seize the initiative. Do you get bonuses for flanking in your D&D, Gamble?
You're not really flanking him.
But I could
so-
move to here. Like, I could flank him. I could come around the left side if there's a point to it. That's what I'm asking.
No funny shit. Just shoot him. All right, that's what
Um,
Han Solo did. He gets the best spin. He just shoots Vader. Okay.
I,
He
I just
doesn't
mean,
do
it's
any
an
fancy
obvious
shit.
tactic, but I don't know if it works in your D&D rule set.
I'll give you advantage to melee because he's not looking at you.
Done. Alright, well, I'm going to shoot him and then I'm going to melee him. With the pistol whip.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Chicken dinner. That's the shotgun, and then... What the fuck was
No.
my... I mean, so
You don't have a shotgun.
That was the pistol? I wish I did.
That was my shotgun.
And then I just have to remember, because it's been so long, what the pistol whip is. It's like 1d20 plus... It's just dex again, I think. Plus proficiency, so it's just 1d20 plus 3. Jesus, fuck. Why couldn't it have been a 20?
Roll damage.
That's the pistol. And then... Una segundo, por favor. It's 1d6 plus dex. That's my pistol whip damage.
Okay. Beagle, how do you want to do it?
Let's see. Can I possibly have it then? I'm gonna change the order of actions from how it actually goes in the game.
Yeah, you just
I'm
go ahead
doing it.
and give the story.
All right.
Do
well,
it.
Cassandra, I gotta say, I gotta start from Bao Shang's action because I love it. That Bao Shang comes in, stuns him in his stupid face, but tries to stun him, and he's like, "You can't stun me." And then Bao Shang just like punches him in the face, and he's like, "Oh." And then Cassandra comes around to the left while Bao Shang's punching the dick out of him, and pistol whips him as he turns around, just like uppercut pistol, like just knocks him back a bit. And while he's reeling, Cassandra will, in the finest dramatic movie sense, pull out her pistol and point it in his face and say, "Rest in peace," and shoot it straight through his goddamn head in the cheesiest way imaginable to fit that cheesy line.
As Cassandra says, "Rest in peace," and the bullet impacts into where the head of Azeroth would be, he grabs his face, and you hear an unearthly scream, and his body sort of goes up in the green flame that has been enveloping him, like the little bits of liquid flame that have been around him, and the green light envelops him, and it burns so bright you have to cover your eyes. And then when you take your hand away from shielding your eyes from the light, you see there's nothing left of Azeroth, not his weapons or his clothes, just the black puddle, but nothing else. Cassandra, you having been touched by Azeroth, Azeroth wanting you, you do feel like a slight feel of his presence still around, and you feel like kind of like his voice kind of like whisper to you that he will be back for you, but he is gone. For all intents and purposes, he has disappeared. At this, you look around, and all the ghosts have sort of like come closer to you, looking at you, very sort of very gratefully, very kind of fearfully, very admirably as well. And you see standing here, Torteese holding the little girl Sarah's hand.
Aww. Before any of
It's
that,
like the end of Star Wars, right?
before any of that, I want to spin my gun and put it back in my holster and say to Bao Shang, and that's why my plan is better.
You were lucky, Cassandra.
Torteese, you are there holding the little girl Sarah's hand. You are able to talk and communicate. You also see, standing on the other side of Sarah, an old man dressed in robes similar to that of the dead man below.
Hey, I didn't mean it about your notes. They actually were the only reason we could do this.
Oh, he meant it, Benjamin.
She
meant it. She meant it. Yes, sorry. She
Sebastian
meant it.
Bao Shang. His name is Sebastian, and we owe him a great debt for that note keeping, even though, you know, things didn't go the way he thought they would.
Torteese, I'm so sorry.
About
I wish we
what?
could bring you back. I want to bring you back.
I mean, I wasn't. Well, y'all tried. I mean, That's what really matters, isn't it?
Sebastian steps forward and he gives a deep bow to both of you, and he says, "I must thank you, and no thanks will ever be enough for what you have done. You have released myself and my people from an eternity of pain, and it is all because of you that we are now free. And we owe you more than we could ever give you."
Can you give us
There
Torteese back, Benjamin?
Sebastian, for God's sake, Bao Sheng. And thank you. There's no need for any payback. It's glad to be of service. But yes, it is a shame. If there was anything we could do for Torteese, obviously we'd be hugely grateful.
He walks through the middle of you, or through you if you're in the way, and he comes over to where the crystal is broken. And he points at the largest piece and he says, "There might be hope to bring your friend back. If you use this piece, it might have enough power left within it."
How do we use it?
Tell us, oh Sebastian.
He beckons to Torteese to come to his body. If he wants to. Torteese.
Come, Torteese.
Hold on one second.
Now I wanna stay dead. I get to fly. And I can mount whoever I want, they don't even know. I'm gonna go haunt that pretty lady at the end.
What are y'all wanting me to do exactly?
Come on to us.
Come here, Ghosties.
Come here.
So, this will bring me back to life? I won't be, see-through and stuff anymore?
That's right.
Maybe.
Show
Yes.
us the way,
Sebastian
Sebastian.
says, "Yes, I'm sure that you have not been led long enough. Your body is fine. Your soul can be reconnected." At hearing that, Sarah kind of tugs on Torteese's hand, and she says to him, "But Mister, aren't you going to stay with me and be my friend now? You can come with us forever now."
What will happen to these spirits, Sebastian, now that you're free? Where will you go? Where will she go?
Well, I've never been dead. I can't say for sure, but I assume we'll pass on to whatever is next.
Torteese, remember the words that you once spoke to Bao Sheng. You said, "I will follow you, Bao Sheng, wherever you go." There is much in this world that we can do, and many we can help. Please come back to us, Torteese. Great tortoise.
But everybody,
Please.
all these people, I like them. They're pretty nice.
You have helped them. And you have helped them, Torteese. It is now time for you to help us.
Cassandra just sort of gently puts a hand on Bao Sheng's shoulder and says, "Bao, it's his choice."
I can't just leave her though, guys. She's my
Torteese.
friend.
Please, Torteese, promise me.
Two more ghosts separate from the crowd, and they walk over, and they each put a hand on Sarah's shoulder, and she looks up at them as a child looks at a parent, and she says to her, "Please, Mister, we have to go now. We don't have much time. Please."
You've done all you can, Tortoise. Come back to us. Come towards the light.
Cassandra wants to step forward to Torteese's ghost and say, "Torteese, whether you want to go with them or come back to us, you save them, Torteese. This is because of you. I have a lot of respect for you, Torteese."
Actually, y'all did most of the work. I just kind of died.
We're having a moment, Torteese. It was your motivation.
Well, not really. That was all y'all. I was
Torteese.
watching and stuff.
Torteese.
And,
Torteese.
That was easy.
Please help us, Torteese. Come back to me, Torteese. Come back to me and Cassandra.
I don't think I can, guys, because for one, I'm dead and stuff. And if you can, I'm dead and I can probably smell my body over there.
Here, come over
gross.
here. Come over here, Torteese.
As
Sebastian, show way.
he's talking, Sebastian walks back over to here, and he smiles at Torteese. And he turns back towards you and he says, the peacefulness that comes with death is not something the living can understand. It is not easy to return to the flesh for our friend over here. But I must thank you, but I must leave. I would suggest taking
before
that
you go,
piece with you, as
Sebastian.
it holds a little bit more power that you could probably use in the
Sebastian,
future.
tell us how to do it before you go, Sebastian.
You going, Torteese?
Please, Sebastian.
You have everything you need. If you come with us, my friend, I shall see you on the other side. And he sort of gives a bow to Torteese.
Oh,
and then he gives
Sebastian,
a
tell
deep
us
bow.
how to do it.
He gives a deep bow to Cassandra and Bao Shang, and then he sort of fades out of existence. One by one, the other ghosts in the area all do the same thing. They all give you a deep bow, and then flicker away out of existence. All that's left is Torteese and the little girl and the parents who are trying to encourage her. They have to go.
So I think I'm gonna stay dead and stuff, guys, because it's kind of nice. But
No, Torteese. Torteese, no.
just-
I will be hurt, Torteese. You want to hurt me? Torteese?
Mr. Balshane, I think that you're gonna
You're
be
hurting me,
alright, because
Torteese. No, you're
you're
hurting
always
me.
smarter than me.
You're
and,
hurting me, Torteese. Torteese, you're hurting me.
You
Well,
don't
okay.
ever lie.
Here, Torteese, how about this? Will you do me one last favor before you go?
What is that, Mr. Balshane?
Will you take this crystal in your hand and lay down where your body is?
Mr. Balshane, I saw the whole conversation. I know what's gonna happen.
No, Torteese, we don't know what's going to happen. Sebastian, it's very
Cassandra-
unclear, but please do this for
While
me.
Bao Shang
Please
is
do this for
talking
me.
and he's very upset, Sarah walks over to him, and she takes his hand. Will take his hand as in she puts her hands on his without trying to make them go through him. And she looks up at him very very seriously, and she says, "Mister, I promise I'll take care of him, and he will always be with me now, and we'll always be together. And I promise I'll look after him, Mister." And then she turns back and she grabs Torteese's hand, and she says, "Mister, are you ready now?"
Yeah, I think I'm ready. Oh yeah, one more thing, guys. Mr. Balshane, so you're a lot smarter than me and stuff, and that's good, but just a word of advice,
No,
you need
Torteese. Tortease,
No.
unless you're gonna come back to life, Tortease, I don't need to hear it.
Cassandra.
you
just,
should you need to
Cassandra.
do some push-ups or something. You're not very strong.
Cassandra literally puts her arm around Bao Shang, kind of hugs him it's okay, Bao Shang, it's all right. He's
No,
gonna.
fuck this.
It's all right, Bao Shang.
Fuck this.
Sir.
Don't have-
Bao Shang is gonna run away. No,
No,
fuck
Bao Shang,
this.
no.
I can't handle this.
You're gonna regret this, Bao Shang.
Sarah takes Torteese's hand and one of her parents' hand, and the other parent, the father, holds his hand out to Torteese, and they all hold hands, and a soft, content smile comes over the faces of the ghosts as they flicker out of existence.
Goodbye.
This is bullshit. Fuck you, Torteese.
Rest in peace.
Fuck you.
Jesus, Bao Shang, is that the last thing you want him to hear from you?
Yeah, because he gave up on life, Cassandra. He gave up on us.
The living shall envy the dead, Bao Shang. These are the
I'm
times
gonna,
we live
I'm
in.
gonna take the last shard of the crystal and I'm gonna put it in Torteese's mouth.
You take the big shard and you put it in the dead body of Torteese.
And I'm gonna get the fuck out. I'm walking out.
What? You're not even gonna bury him?
No. I'm done.
Okay, Cassandra, are you just gonna follow him out? Done?
No. I'm gonna go to Torteese's body. Bao Shang is very hurt. There must be a graveyard near this building, right?
You don't know? You haven't looked around?
Well, if there isn't, no one's really using this city. But I mean, there's crypts downstairs, right?
Yeah.
Can I see if there's an empty one?
Yeah, you could probably empty one out.
That's kind of rude. I don't
even
really
if
want...
it's not empty.
No,
or
that's
put
kind of
his bones-
rude.
Or you could put his bones in with another one, like a body in with the other. Like there are ones that have got more than one person in it.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I want to do that with his and with Sebastian's bones as well, because they both deserve a little bit of respect.
Okay, so you take the time to do that. I don't know. Bashing has disappeared somewhere, sulking.
Does Torteese still have his fucking filthy Noxian rag on him in his pack?
No, I think that was gone a little
That's
while
a shame.
ago.
I want something. I want a small trinket of his, but I don't know what he has on him.
He's got
Hammer.
his hammer.
He'll never get that goat. The hammer's it.
Yeah, really, he hasn't really got much else.
Well, I'm
He's a
gonna
very simple man.
put him in the crypt with the hammer in his hands, like you bury a warrior with the sword. It is the hammer that
Okay.
defeated the crystal.
Are you gonna leave the biggest shard in his mouth?
Let's. I'm gonna take that. That can be my keepsake. That's my trinket.
Okay. As long as you have that on you, you feel a little bit more. As soon as you pick it up, you feel a little bit more protected. You get a +1 to Constitution and +1 to AC.
Fuck yes! Oh!
But not hit points, just like Constitution
Oh!
rolls and stuff.
There was AC and Constitution.
Yeah. +1 to AC and Constitution as long as you have it on you.
Shit, yeah, it was all worth it.
But not HP.
That's
Okay.
fucking awesome.
You became tough like Torteese.
Yeah,
you only had to let a main character die to get this magical
I have
crystal, Nico.
Torteese's.
That's all it took.
I have Torteese's hardiness now because that just put me from an 11 to a 12. So I have a con modifier now. I have a +1 to con. Or do you mean +1 to con, not +1 to the stat? No,
Not
+1 to con.
+1. It's +1 to rolls on con. So it's your con modifier, but you don't get HP from it. Do you understand? So it's like a protection. Like if you have to roll Constitution on a poison, you have extra protection, but you
Okay.
don't have extra HP.
So I shouldn't add it to just my con in general. It's just for rolls.
No, you should write it in as an item. It's a +1 to con and a +1 to AC, as long as you have it.
Fucking owns. Thank you, base Torteese. And with that, I will seal his crypt or however it is down there. And yeah, well done, everyone. Can we like?
Excuse me.
Can we take those robes?
Wow.
You want to go take
Wow.
Sebastian's robes?
You goddamn
Yeah, it's his spare
grave
robes. What? It's not grave robbing. They're in
You
his
could
cupboard.
you could probably carry like 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, let's take 3 of them. One for
Okay.
one for.
They're very dusty and dirty and got
We'll
holes
clean
in
them.
them.
We'll clean them. Oh, how holy are they? Like, are they still like? Could you wear them and not
They
look
got
like a
like
hobo?
moth holes. They got like moth holes, like moth. When they eat out little bits of
Yeah, but pretty
like
good
old
condition.
curtains and stuff.
Pretty good condition.
Yeah, they're all right.
All right, we'll take them. Might be useful for disguises as we move into Noxus.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll go outside and look for Bao Shang and sort of close the doors in the Temple of Asai, if they're closable.
Well, there's one door, so
Yeah. I kind of just imagine
Okay.
like these big ornate doors, double doors, honestly. I never asked what the doors were like.
well, one of them's missing. So
Oh, okay.
okay, you come outside. I don't know where Baoshang is, so
I just like look around. What time is it?
it's about 5:30, 6 o'clock. It's getting dark. Sun's going down.
I'm so glad we don't have to worry that it's dark for that reason. I feel euphoric. In this moment I am euphoric. A great evil has been lifted, and for some reason I was at the center of it. It's not usually what I do at my job. I feel like I did something really good. Alright, I guess I look around for Bao Shang after I kind of take in the moment.
I don't know where he's gone. So, Baoshang, do you want to fill us in on what you're doing?
After that whole shit fest that Bao Shang just watched, he leaves the temple and he goes back to the horses and he thinks about getting on the horse and riding away into the wilderness and leaving all this insanity behind, but he can't make up his mind. and he is going to be just sitting on the horse waiting until Cassandra returns, lost in his thoughts.
I will try to
So
make
when
my
you
way
get back, you see the monk sort of with his far-off monkly look as he sits and waits with the horses as you arrive back at camp.
I'll walk up and sit down at the campfire with him, I suppose, and sit next to Bao Shang. He's just like sitting there.
Bao Shang is silent.
It's better this way, Bao.
What's better about it, Cassandra?
Torteese was too kind a soul for this world, Bao Shang, and you know it. He almost died to a cow. He never would have made it through Noxus. Don't you think it's better he gets to spend eternity with that little girl as her big brother with that family that he never had? Then
He won't get to do any of those things because now he is dead, Cassandra.
I think the dead got off better than we're going to, Bao Shang. I think they're going to be a lot happier than we are. I think, as much as we want him back, this was kinder for him, Bao Shang. I think he'll be happier. I think this is his role. I think he'll be a good big brother, don't you?
I think we're going to miss his hammer.
We will miss his hammer, but there'll be other hammers, Bao Shang. But there was only one Torteese, and I think he deserved the end he got.
Next
And on
time,
that-
Cassandra, we're not going to stop at the next fucking town.
We're not going to stop at the next town, and Cassandra will put her arm around Bao Shang to console him.
On that, it is 10-1. Do we want to? What's everyone's status on?
It's down to Awo.
Are we?
That's obviously like Return of the Jedi, the ending in Return of the Jedi, but we could keep going if Awo wants to. I'm cool, whatever.
I would be cool with taking a break here. I don't know if we want to do post-game plus if there's any experience to be awarded for killing the awful demon monster creature thing.
Oh yes, you're
That could be good.
definitely level 3 now.
That was a pretty good ending. Do you guys want to just post-game chat for a while and talk?
I would
level
like
three?
that.
That's a pretty good ending.
I didn't even think of the fact that Torteese is now going to be with a family he never had. That's a really good thought, Beagle.
I'm almost
I-
crying.
Really nice
I'm
thought.
almost crying. Like
I want
I
to
almost
hear.
cried
I
when
want to
that happened.
hear. I want to hear Tater's thoughts because this was even though Torteese was dead for most of this session, it was really all about Torteese in one sense.
It was.
I want to hear about what Tater Tot's decision was on why he chose death instead of helping Bao Shang.
Well, he was never really dead. That's the thing. Everyone keeps saying that Torteese was dead. He was never actually dead. He was
Bao
just
Shang
like in
didn't think he was
limbo,
dead.
torture limbo.
Bao Shang kept trying to bring him back to life, but Sam's like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure he's dead. Pretty sure.
Well, as far as we
No, he
knew as
was never dead.
characters, like he was dead.
Oh no, I know, but I mean, like he was never actually dead though. Now he's really dead.
I
but
think
he wasn't for
I
that
think
entire
we all
time.
knew as players that it would be possible to bring him back. That there would be a moment.
I was just kind of watching this whole session, and I made my decision while I was watching you guys because it was totally up to me. I told Jamble while you guys were playing to not give you any hints as to how to bring him back, so that it would be up to fate. And if you guys got confused or veered away and had to run off, then that would be that. But I honestly made my decision whenever Cassandra was trying to break the crystal with like 3 different strength hits, and I was like, no, this was not meant to be because this is taking this. He rolled like, what did you roll, like shit rolls twice in a row or something?
Oh,
like
but
that?
that's not really
3
fair. 'Cause,
times
I
in a
mean,
row?
with that kind of thing, I wouldn't even roll for that. Like that's the kind of thing where like it's gonna happen eventually. Like it's just more of a like, wow, you really suck. But I liked it because it added like immersion. It's better than doing it in one hit. It was like the 3 hits, like the language
No,
of
I know,
film, like
I
the
know.
3 hits. I thought it was good. But no, I thought your decision.
I understand. It's just I saw like 2 hits. I saw 1 hit, and I saw 2 hits, and I saw 3 hits, and I was like, yeah, it wasn't meant to be. Those were all bad rolls.
So, but that wasn't all you based your decision on, was it?
Well, no, but that was like when I totally made the decision.
There's other stuff
like,
too
yeah.
that can't be disclosed. Like Taters and I have been having chats. There's other stuff too.
I think
Yeah, but
I-
that was what I mean. It was totally up in the air this entire session as to what I was gonna do.
I think it was great because I think like the best and most beloved series like Faulty Towers and Firefly, they don't have to go forever. Torteese shined bright for 8 adventures, and he didn't need to shine for any more. He could bow whenever he wanted. But I thought, like I was saying to Jamble, I thought it was a very fitting end. Or as I said, as Cassandra, I guess. I thought it was legitimately a very fitting end, and I thought he actually... Torteese will end up a lot happier with this end. Bao Shang won't. But Torteese actually gets the best deal out of this, I think, because he gets to have a ghost family and his little sister forever. And he was never going to get that in our world. Like, he was going to keep going until he blundered headstrong into another, unwinnable situation. So I think this is probably the best thing that could have happened.
Torteese never really cared about the main quest. This
Yeah.
was like the first thing that he truly cared about, and so whenever it was done, like he had no reason to come back.
That's right.
I mean, he could have for Bao Shang, but aside from that, like he didn't really need to. He didn't feel a need to.
That's right. I think this was the best end. This was probably the best end Torteese could have ever got. And he'll never be old now. He will never grow old. He will never have to
It's true.
deal with his nightmare of one day becoming old, because he will eternally be young.
It's true. He'll
It's-
never be
It's
old.
beautiful. No, but I almost cried. I felt the tears welling in my eyes as Taters, as we had the Return of the Jedi ending, except Bao Shang was like having his tantrum because Torteese was choosing death over Bao Shang. It was an emotional ending.
It wasn't just about Bao Shang. It was about life. That was the other.
How do
bargaining
monks
part of,
feel
like,
about?
after? No. You need to understand. Like at that point, Bao Shang is racked with grief, and he's trying every trick in the book to convince Torteese to stay.
Do one more thing for me. Lay down on your dead body.
It came through. Like it's Bao Shang isn't as childish anymore, but I think definitely Bao Shang's childish side. It was very much like the young Bao Shang begging for his friend not to leave. Just stay, you fuck, and then complete like the running out of the room. Fuck you, Torteese, fuck you.
I was trying to tell you that you should probably like do some push-ups or something because you just lost your strength guide. You need to build that up, and then you didn't want to hear it. You ran away.
Bao Shang was very hurt, but I as a player and I as Cassandra felt very okay, very at peace with everything that was happening, which is a fitting phrase for the adventure, at peace, I think. And I will say that my first instinct, which was to beat the shit out of Azeroth's body when we killed him and destroy his artifacts, that instinct in the end was correct. I was just smashing the wrong thing. We hadn't found the right thing to smash yet.
I think it's incredibly frustrating that if we'd had more time, if we'd spent more time looking, we probably would have found the crystal and smashed it, and Torteese would still be alive.
Yes, if I had rolled better on my investigation, for example, or if I had stayed longer. But then, of course, the thing is, I would have got stuck up there, and we wouldn't have done it that night anyway, because we wouldn't have known. We wouldn't have gone through the scrolls. We wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have just smashed it then, just like we didn't this time. And if I had, I would have one-on-one'd him and probably got eaten. But I think, Awo, I want to go through your tortured mind right now, because I want to separate. I want to separate the Bao from the Awo, and I want to know who feels what. Because obviously Bao Shang was super hurt, but is Awo also super hurt that we'll never see Torteese again? Or measure it up here, because I'm hearing a lot of it still from Awo.
I'm moderately sad because I enjoyed Torteese as a character, so I'm sad that Torteese and by extension Tater Tots, and I understand all the reasons why. I understand. But that doesn't mean I have to like it.
Well, Tater Tots is still playing. Like, you have another... You're still playing.
I'm not saying I'm going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he
just-
misses
I'm not-
Torteese. And
I'm not
you
going
need
to
to
reveal
understand
what I'm
that.
doing next, though.
Like the
Torteese was
way
a
I'm
beautiful
playing,
character.
He was beautiful.
the way I'm playing Bao Shang. Like every person that Bao Shang encounters, right, he sees is like an opportunity for him to do good or improve or help or make better. And the fact that Torteese chose to sort of check out early just is totally against what Bao Shang is about. Bao Shang is about fighting the good fight until you can't fight it anymore. So that's partially where his anger comes from. because
That
he would
Torteese
never
could have
give
done
up.
more.
There was an opportunity here to do more, and Torteese was just like, "Welp, nope."
He's a simple man.
There's also a lot of proud parent feeling I had as you began to put it together, and when Beagle finally got on the right path and was like correct in his assumptions, like when it all just came together and he figured it out, I was very proud.
Well, perhaps
parent
it's
moment there
because
for me.
of a little bit of metagaming in the sense that I date you and I know you and I listen to the things you say. And one thing Jamble always says, correct me if I'm wrong here, because that'd be funny, but I'm pretty sure one thing you always say is there's no such thing as coincidences. Isn't that correct? Or at least in storytelling. And so I was having a really hard time piecing it all together because I'm the opposite. I am from the XCOM mindset, if you can pardon me connecting XCOM to everything, of consider every outcome, and if the risk is too high, you sit on your hands and you don't do anything or you defend. But in this case, I thought about it from a different approach. I thought, you know what? Jamble's right. There are no coincidences. Azeroth, the puddle isn't there just because Azeroth happened to blunder in while he was doing the spell. Azeroth was haunting him, and, well, you can, I don't know if you're going to reveal now if it's too spoilery or if you want to be proud and
I can
say...
give you the background.
But
I can't tell you about Azeroth, but I can tell you what happened.
But I
to
assumed
Ramshire.
what happened is he purposefully was there to hijack the spell, and he was haunting him. He knew he was going to do it, and then it all made sense that because it healed as well. I don't know if I'm correct or if we just got lucky that he went there and he abused the power to become more powerful.
From my perspective, not knowing any of this, right, and coming into it completely cold, my whole perspective, Bao Shang's perspective, was like we basically drove our own dicks into a pile of spikes. And now it was like, why are we continuing to roll around on the spikes when really what we should be doing is getting off of the spikes and getting the fuck out? And that was like the whole thing where you're like, let's go and smash the crystal. I'm like, look, if that's what we're doing, then our real solution should be, let's get the fuck out of here.
Well, and that's the other thing.
Cassandra's like, no, we can fix this. We can make it beautiful. Bao Shang's like, no, we've already fucked this up, and Torteese is dead. Like, let's cut our losses. Let's get out of here.
There's multiple reasons for that, and one of those is, like I said, as a player, and I think roleplay first and character first, but I always try to keep that sliver of you've also got to remember it's a game in base. I don't want to keep taters, in limbo, literally. Am I doing a new character? Am I dead for, multiple sessions? So I wasn't sure how that was going to work.
It wouldn't have been multiple sessions. I had myself a time limit of how long you could take before Torteese could not return to his body.
Yeah.
So there was a time limit anyway.
But I didn't know that. So
we were
I was
talking
thinking of
about
that.
during it.
But the other thing I was considering is also that it's that kind of thing. And Cassandra is that kind of person. Like, she is that kind of, she's a police officer, but she's not really your model police officer. It's like sometimes you're going to plant your feet and you're going to roll the hard six and you're going to just pick your choice and you're just going to go guns blazing. And that's what we did, and it paid off. And I feel like we just got enough of a grasp off the investigation. It was good investigation. And once I started to think about it in a different way, it was like, no, this happened on purpose. Especially knowing that he wasn't summoned here, that he already existed before it, like, kind of just confirmed that he just became stronger through it. And that's how I felt we should go for it.
So
It was pretty funny because Jamble told me that she had given it like 3 days for Torteese to be able to be revived,
Well, this
and
was the
after
last
that it'd
day,
be
wasn't
cut off. Yep.
No, you had
And so, oh wait, no, what more?
day
Right.
after. You're on day 2.
Yeah, we're 1 week
You had
from...
one more day.
We're 1 week from, after we go to sleep tonight, so next adventure when we wake up, it's going to be 6 days. It's going to be the 6th day, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's not.
My timer, I might have lost a day, but I'm pretty sure my timer says we've expended 1 week as of time of writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tomorrow will be the 6th day out of the 6 remaining, is what I mean.
I
Right,
told
you're just
Jamble that
saying
it'd
it
be
wrong.
funny.
Yeah,
if,
we'll have 6 days to get there.
Yeah.
If Torteese came back from the dead after 3 days and 3 nights, as the dead came out of his grave, rose back to save the sinners.
Zombie Torteese.
Well, do you want to know what happened to Ramshire? Or...
I'd love to know. I would love to know. I think we've
because
put the book on that. I'd love to know.
you could have got it from Sebastian too, but
Yeah, true.
drawing that out.
Tell us about it.
The basically, Benjamin, 10 years ago, when Noxus and Demacia went to war, it's because if you look at your map, I know you haven't got the map in the middle, Beagle.
Yep, I'll move it.
They went to war, basically in the middle of Runeterra, again for reasons. Um, I'm just letting my game load before I come up. And as Demacia pushed Noxus back, unfortunately for Ramshire, they were right on the edge of that sort of power area. So this is where Ramshire is.
What?
As they were pushed, Ramshire's here.
I thought you said Ramshire was like here.
No.
Oh, I've been wrong this whole time. I thought because didn't we get to that place where the red is, and you were like they're building a new town there?
Here is where Ramshire is, right? And here on the crossroad, where they're building.
Ah, well that makes sense.
the
Yeah,
new
because the
town.
guy was hunting in there. They can build a new town in Ramshire now. We've done it. We've exercised it.
Well, they don't know that. But anyway.
Exercised it? Do we stretch it out?
Hey, Rafferty, thank you for your
Thank you, Rafferty.
subscription.
Hello, Rafferty, and thank you, Rafferty.
Thank you.
He says it's the Torteese
so-
Memorial Fund.
Oh, poor Torteese. So the Noxian army was pushed back into Grimshire, and it was rumored, as was read in the scroll, that a soul was the demon Azeroth was around collecting souls because, you know, what better way to get souls than a war, right? So he appeared and he was doing that. Then Sebastian, again, like the scroll, was trying to look for a way to protect the city, and he found that you could use the Catalyst Protector Stone if you had one that was strong enough. You could use a Catalyst Protector Stone to make a shield. So he was looking for one that was strong enough to shield the city, and he found one that he thought that could do it. As he was researching it, the Demacians pushed them back further, and they started to kill and burn the city. And so he took the stone and he performed the spell. Before he could finish the spell, Azeroth appeared and basically, reached inside him and took his soul and finished the last line of the spell in a little bit of a different manner, which was he changed it so that the dead could not leave. Basically, he was trapping like all the souls in that area of the city.
Which is good, because it's telling of good story writing, because that was our first logical guess. We just didn't have the evidence for it, but that it was a prison.
Yeah, so he trapped the spells there, which sorry, not the spells, the souls there. And then the black puddle was because he then reached out to take the stone from the dying guy's hand, but the stone killed him, because the stone is a stone of life and health, and he is not that. So when he touched it, it killed him. It dispelled him, and so it was lost amongst the crypt and left there because he couldn't touch it. But he'd already done what he wanted to do, and he kept the souls there, and then he killed all the people in the chapel and tormented their souls for eternity, basically. And anybody who came into the city at when the sun went down, which was when he was strongest.
I'll be right back. Phone call.
No worries. He killed as well.
And that was
took their souls.
That was creepy when we were on like the middle day, and I had this kind of like epiphany where before we were like, is the guy getting dragged out of the temple by Demacians or like by Azeroth? What's going on? But it was kind of creepy when, we had that, is it a prison thing? And then I took a second look at the skeleton, like, oh, he's trying to get out. He's trying to get out of this horrible place.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that the reason Azeroth was so strong was because he had all the souls imprisoned, or something like that, and that's why
he had like
releasing them.
1,000 souls to draw strength from.
Yeah, and that's why
over 1,000 souls. Yeah.
And that's why when we broke the imprisonment on the spirits, he became more normal again.
He became weak because it was also daytime.
That's true. So it was good. If we'd done it at night, it would have been harder.
Yes. Yes, I'd already wrote his stats out for both day and night. If you stayed and did it at night, he was much weaker during the day once you destroyed his anchor, like his power source. The dirt was just tainted dirt. It was dirt. You could touch it. It was just tainted. Like
I had a feeling.
that's all.
But yeah, Jesus. I'm
I'm
glad.
excited for next week.
Me too. But I'm glad because I love that. You know, there was this. I've said this to Jamble. There's this constant feeling when I play a role-playing game that I'm too dumb to get the clues, and I'm not going to make sense of the mystery, and bad things will happen of it. But as Jamble kind of reassured me, don't worry. As Jamble reassured me, we did figure it out in the end, and it wasn't given to us either. Like it did take a bit of thinking to work out exactly what we should do, but in the end, we came to the right conclusion thanks to those clues. Thanks to it was very well done. I think. No one has even praised Jamble. That was a damn good session. That was a damn good 2 or 3 sessions of this Town of Ram show. It's been excellently done, all around.
It wasn't even meant to be this way.
I know that makes it even better.
I had to hurriedly make it up on the spot when you went in and found the temple. Like that's when it all kind of got hurriedly put up because I was expecting to just come in like, oh, it's a ghost town. We can't kill this guy right now, so let's just go and we'll come back later.
So you created that entire plot you just described. Once I found the temple.
Yeah.
Damn, that's some solid fucking improv.
I knew why he was there. He was there because of the souls, but like everything else I kind of had to fill in once. Like I was like, okay, there's a temple, and then I just filled in like steps as I went.
Well, that's even more impressive because that it didn't come off like it was improv. It came off like you'd planned it. Like it made sense. So that was damn good improv.
Oh, well, thank you.
Good world, good atmosphere. The town was very good atmosphere. The whole thing ever since the temple. The temple was really creepy. I liked the way you described it a lot, with all the skeletons and the guy trying to get out or get in. We didn't know at the time. It was very good atmosphere. I liked it a lot. And he was a very foreboding opponent. It was interesting to have like a 3-day fight against him, basically.
You couldn't have killed him without destroying the spell or the stone itself.
Yeah, I'm glad
You could not have killed him.
I'm glad we didn't end up going to that.
Well, there was a way, but again,
you can't tell because
I can't tell you that.
That may be useful in the future if he makes good on his promise that he whispered to me.
I'm just excited about next week. I've got some fun things.
Just remember, he knows. Yes, I am excited too.
Yeah,
I have to talk to you about that later, Tater. Secret
Squirrel stuff. Absolutely.
He knows everything about me.
Secret Squirrel.
Yes, he does. He read your
I'm gonna change
brain.
my passwords.
He's gonna get into your email and see all the dirty things you're subscribed to.
Dear Caitlin, I hate you. You're stupid. He's just gonna start forging my emails, my Piltover mails. That was good. It was good shit. It was an excellent, perfect adventure, I thought. And Awo is wrestling with Torteese's loss. I actually am very serene of it. I thought it was perfectly fitting. A good arc.
Of course you are.
A good arc for the character.
Course,
no, not even.
Of course you are.
There is a definite part of me that is like, it's also good because honestly Torteese was going to get us and everyone killed in Noxus. But that's like not the driving force. The driving force is it's a beautiful, it's a more kind end to Torteese than any other he could have ever got.
Oh, if you're worried about Noxus, then just wait till what I have planned for you.
Oh god, no. No.
This is the end of the episode, Zero Murphy. Or O Murphy.
Indeed it is.
Indeed it is.
I'm level 3! I get so much good shit now!
Yes, you all get your real class thing now.
Yeah, now we're real
Except me.
classes.
So, well, no, your character will be coming in as level 3. I'm not going to make you play a level 1 character.
And after getting
Except me.
KS'd all the time on all the big fights, I finally got to do my how do you want to do it kill.
Yep.
Which
You
is good.
overkilled him. He only had 6 life left, and I think you hit him for like 14.
Yeah, he's a little fucking baby. But I went in for the pistol whip. I finally rolled good. It's good. I rolled shit that entire session, but I was just saving the good rolls for the fight, which is not usually how it goes.
That's good. It's good investigating and logic skills by all of you.
Yes.
Well, except Taylor's, because he was dead.
I love that moment where I'm like, it's all thanks to you, Torteese, that we stayed and did this. Because it kind of was. We probably would have left. But I love that then Torteese is like, I just died. I didn't do anything, actually.
It's true.
we would never have done this without Torteese. Torteese did save these people. 'Cause
Yeah, but you were trying. If you could have, you would have knocked me unconscious and drugged me out of there at any moment if you wanted to.
Well, to be
If I'd
fair,
let you, you would have.
to be fair, yes. At that point, we would have come back the next day with you alive and done the same thing. Yes, but we never would have stayed in the first place if not for for Torteese's fighting spirit and interest in the town. We would have left after the first night. We wouldn't even have gone down there. It would have just been, as Jamble planned, there's ghosts in the town, and we would have listened to them. But Torteese is the one who went down there in the first place.
Well,
These
I
cannot
thought you'd
let
go
that
down,
pass.
but I didn't think that you'd hang around.
Out of all the tin pot theories we came up with throughout this, because this was a real CSI one, this adventure, like, especially me, I came up with a lot of different theories, and I machine gun mouthed them all at once. How many of them did you expect me to come up with and wrestle with, Jamble? Like, did you kind of foresee everything I thought that wasn't necessarily right? Like, like
Well, I knew that you thought that he was. I knew that you thought that the woman he was seeking was something to do with it, and I knew that you were latched onto that. That was something. And I knew that you don't think, like, you don't remember that there's no such thing as coincidences. So I knew that you would be, like, kind of struggling to put it together until you snapped and, until you actually got it. But
yeah.
Toaster has it right. It's Bao Sheng's fault. He let me take watch.
I think it's all thanks to the greatest, actually totally incorrect, but the greatest, what's the word? Circumstantial evidence leap of faith ever made by Bao Sheng and Cassandra, which was the tainted earth goes down. He must have a Nosferatu crypt, and that's what led us to look for the temple of the basement. And it wasn't connected, was it, Jamble? It was just
no, he didn't. He didn't have a crypt at all that he was
but there was
seeking in during the day.
like there was no reason like that it went down to the soil except for it went down to the soil, right?
It was just tainted ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was this great circumstantial evidence leap of faith where it's like, the key is underground because the soil goes underground. And we probably wouldn't have even have thought to look for the temple. I don't know if we would have thought to look for the temple if I hadn't thought and Bashang hadn't thought that there must be like there must be a basement where all this makes sense.
There is always a cult basement.
Yeah.
Always.
Rule of thumb that I will keep in mind from now on. If you can't figure anything out, maybe find the basement. It's okay, Era. We'll still be here when you get off the phone. We'll still be here. It's early.
Somebody asked about the schedule. Yes, the schedule for D&D is same day every week. We start 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago and 15 minutes.
It
is
felt
when
longer.
we usually start, so whatever time that is for you. Next week, same time at that time. I believe if we type this, it'll give the GMT time. Schedule. D&D 5 p.m. PTD. So whatever that is for you, 3.5 hours ago is when it is next week.
Good thing you didn't name it the Torteese Adventures. I gotta change my overlay now. I'm gonna have to put the new person in, whoever Tater's new person is.
You should make a memorial. Have a eulogy.
Leave it there all
Burial
the time.
service. Better see some awesome fan art of Torteese's sacrifice. I'll be pissed.
Well, if we were sticking around, I'd build a statue in the city of Torteese, but we're not. So he just gets his hammer.
In the broken city that no one goes to.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, did you get the money out of his pockets? Because he had quite a bit.
No, I didn't loot him. I felt like it would be disrespectful to loot his body.
You missed out on 8 gold, 76 silver, and 16 copper.
Yeah, I thought so. In fact, I think you were holding most of our gold, so I probably should have remembered. But
I was.
at the time,
Yeah.
at the time, I just felt like it would be disrespectful
so
to rifle through
screwed.
his pockets. We'll just get more gold.
Get more gold.
Well, now we've got a secret
Get
mission.
more gold.
Now I've got a secret mission that Torteese can't ruin. I feel like not only did Torteese get a great ending, but our chances of success in this mission just shot up dramatically.
Poor Torteese.
He's a great guy. He just wasn't cut out for being a secret agent. That's not his fault.
No, he wasn't very good at lying.
You're all confident that Noxus is gonna go great, but I know the truth.
We're not accepting you a new party member if they're not going to be a good secret agent. I'm sorry, we're going to turn them away. We're going to make another one until we get one who's suitable for our party.
I know the truth. I know the truth. Oh, you're gonna love it, Beagle.
Oh god.
You're gonna love it. You specifically, you will love it.
Everyone picks on Cassandra. All the characters are made to pick on Cassandra.
I never said I was gonna pick on you. I just said that you will love it.
Okay. I like that this adventure, because of the great emotional turmoil of Bao Shang, and also that I got to play a good role in it, but for once, Cassandra actually had a reason to show compassion towards Bao Shang. For once. For one shining adventure. Mainly towards the end, though.
We were a team.
Mainly towards the end, I was still telling him to fuck off in the middle bit.
For once, Cassandra actually was nice to somebody instead of just being rude.
Hey, I was nice.
Standoffish and snobby.
I was nice to all the ghosts. I respect the ghosts. I was going to be nice to the little girl ghost, but I didn't have time because she left. I was nice to Sebastian. I was like, your notes were actually pretty good. Because I realized when you said, because I thought we were fucked. I thought we'd fucked up. I wasn't sure if we'd fucked up or not, because he appeared. And then all the ghosts appeared after I shouted, like, fuck you, Sebastian, your shitty fucking notes. And I realized after the fact he was probably there, like, listening to that. So it's like, no, your notes are actually the only reason we could do this. Thank you. It was just in the heat of the moment.
Panic screams.
Awo says he can deflect missiles now. Can he deflect broken pieces of piss pot? Can he choose where they go? That's gonna be it. Like, we're gonna be in Noxus jail, and just under the door, like, this little broken piece of piss pot just comes out.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, when you were in the spirit cyclone, how fucked did you think you were?
Like, I thought we were fucked for a brief moment when I saw Azeroth's token show up on Roll20. That's when I thought we were fucked. But then when you said the spirit cyclone, I was like, we've done it. When you said that all the spirits were there, I knew we were okay, because that's the opposite of what he wants. He doesn't want all the spirits to be free, especially during the day. So that's when I knew we were good. When you said, like, there was shrieking and the spirit showed up, I was like, fuck yes, we did it. Like, this was actually a good plan. I've seen enough horror movies to know that this is what's meant to happen. This is what you save the budget in the film for. But no, it was good.
I can't wait for Bao Shang to learn how to kill a man just by touching him on a certain spot in the neck.
Well, I gotta remember what I do now. I do the coolest shit now. I'm gonna look it up right now. How do you guys like the overlay, by the way? You think it's alright?
It needs more
Well,
angels.
obviously I like it.
Needs more angels. Torteese
More angels.
Torteese is our little Ramshire angel now.
He's
I
gone.
do like it though.
It's better this way. It's very basic. It's very basic overlay, but I think it does the job.
I think it's good.
Yeah,
Doesn't
I think
need to be
you
super complicated.
I think you need to pull the chat down a little bit more onto the rolling part, because when you get big chats, it fills the whole thing up.
Yeah, it's actually kind of hard to do that, but yeah, I can try that at some point. It's kind of finicky.
You don't
That's what's
have
kind of
to.
finicky about it.
Yeah, no, it's fine though. Like, that was the only thing, but I think it looks great. Yeah. No, good. Good. I like erotic toaster. What can you do now, Beagle? Hit your target.
I'm glad I hit all my shots at the end there. It was
Hey.
more dramatic.
Up to this point, Cassandra has been the biggest single hit damage dealer of any of us, so you can't really talk shit. She's pulled us out of a lot of very, situations that were totally our fault.
That's true, but before Torteese passed on, he also saved us from a lot of those situations. And Bao Shang. It's been pretty well split.
By getting hit. Torteese gets hit, and then
That's-
Cassandra shoots him, and the Bao Shang tends to smack him around a whole bunch and stun him.
It's an important skill, yeah. You've got, I'm DPS, Bao's DPS, you're tank. We need a healer. Is what we need. We need a healer. We need Soraka.
Bao Shang needs to meditate and use that to heal people.
I asked like,
Zen.
what does Bao Sheng's like monk teachings say about like reincarnation and letting the flow of life go on? Is what I was asking at the time.
Apparently, he's not very accepting of it.
Well, he's not very accepting of it. He's a young monk. He's not very accepting of a lot of things you'd expect of monks. He's young.
Perhaps
do
they
you-
don't have acceptance in Ionia.
Wow.
I want to let you know, by the way, Jamble, that I was so hardly thinking, and Rest in Peace was so cheesy, but at least it made sense in a cheesy way. I was trying so hard. I was like, oh shit, I got to think of a one-liner. I just closed my tab, which was the Ghostbusters IMDb quotes page, just in case they said anything suitable, because he was a ghost. I was just like, that was what I was worried about when I realized we were going to defeat him. It was like, oh fuck, I don't have a one-liner. I was like running them through my head. I was like, oh fuck, no.
I'm surprised you didn't like put motherfucker or something on the end.
No, because it's I only like say fuck usually when I slip out of character a little bit, or I'm really angry.
It
but
would have been
that wasn't that moment.
Arnold Schwarzenegger if you said that. But no, it was good. It was a good one-liner
You gotta have them
for the Deadman.
You gotta have them for those fuckers, for those Shadow Isles people.
Yeah, well,
Fucking Shadow
it
Isles.
might not be the
I'm
last
so
time you've seen
excited.
him.
That's
So
good.
excited! I want it to be next week already.
That's the
Next week-
segue,
next week now?
because now when he comes back, I'll be like, I thought I told you to rest in peace. See, it's the segue. It's like, and then people are like, oh, it's the throwback. That's what she said last time. 20 weeks ago. But I'm excited for next week as well, as always, Taters.
We need to just do a makeup session so that I can get my fix faster.
Hey, I'm down for makeup sessions.
Well, Taters, you and I, we need to talk about things to do with you.
Well, yeah, of course. But I'm
and
just excited.
we can always like.
I mean, Awo's the least flexible, so it's up to him. But I'm always super down for makeup sessions. I would play this every day of the week if we could. I love it.
As long as it's
I
late
am-
enough
I
in
am
my
very
day,
sorry.
that'll work.
I am very sorry that they took so long in deciding what to do.
It's fine. It's
Oh,
fine.
were we meant to have this handled a lot earlier in the session?
No, I
Not
figured
really.
it'd take you all session. I just feel bad because Taters. I couldn't do anything with Taters.
No, it's fine. I knew it was probably going to be a whole session thing. I was bugging Jamal the entire time because it was just like, they're not going to figure it out, are they? And there was one point where Jamal was like, yeah, it doesn't really look like it, is it?
What point was that? When did you think we weren't going to figure it out? I'm
Pretty
curious.
early on.
When these were like, oh, we could just leave when we're gonna, and I was like, okay, if they just leave, then
I think you
That's
guys
that.
were in the temple and you had just found the crystal, but you couldn't figure out what it was for. And I was thinking the entire time, just smash it. But you never like got to that point, so I
Well,
was like, they're not gonna figure it
That
out.
was my
are they?
first thought. Like, again, that's my first instinct, but I was still going on the idea of, but what if it's wrong? You know, what if we don't know what it does yet? You know, what if it makes him? What if it's keeping him in the town or something like that? So that's not my first instinct, is to smash things. It's the Lich's phylactery, however you pronounce it. As soon as we started dealing with this guy and he wouldn't stop coming back to life, that's how I think of it, is the Lich's phylactery. Somewhere he's got an object that's gonna fuck him up. You have to go find it and you have to go break it. It's Lich shit. I treated them like a Lich.
My instinct as Torteese was to just smash it, so I was just like, just hit it!
Yeah.
Come on, just hit it!
And it's fitting that we
Smash it!
use. It's very fitting that we used your hammer for it. It's incredibly fitting.
It's also fitting that Cassandra had to use 3 tries to get it broken.
Well, it's very good
Hammer
dramatically.
too heavy. Can't do
I'm
it.
back now.
It's good dramatically because I was like begging Bao Sheng to do it, and then I had to do it with my weak little shitty
Yeah.
fucking pits.
Yeah. You're gonna have to do it because it was your plan.
It was a good plan too. Welcome back, Alo.
I just saw the overlay too.
The angel.
Yeah.
Rip.
Rip.
Do we want to?
Why, Tater Tots? Why?
I don't have to explain myself to you, Dad.
You said you would put Bao Sheng everywhere, and that was a lie.
Oh,
I found a new
Bao Sheng
family
talking
now.
about lies.
Bao Sheng does not lie.
I have a whole episode that I'm titling Bao Sheng doesn't lie, and then when I make the episode, I'm putting a ticker in the corner with a little ding every time he tells a lie.
That's
It's
going to
gonna
be a
count
great
from
episode.
that point on.
I cannot wait
Please
to see
do.
the edited
Please.
YouTube series of D&D. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to put it
Oh
on the
yeah,
channel.
you're doing that. I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
we're gonna put
It's
it
gonna
on
be
the
good.
we're gonna put it on the YouTube channel edited because not everyone has like 4 hours per session. So
Yeah,
we'll
of
edit
course.
it a bit, make it streamlined, and yeah, I like little features like that. I think the Baosheng lie ticker
Highlight
will be
reel.
good.
I would enjoy a highlight reel. I don't have enough time to watch the
Yeah.
VODs, but I would
There's
definitely
not-
watch those again.
There's not going to be any dings because Baosheng never lies.
Ding! That's one right there. We can do both. We can do a highlight as well for people like Taters. But I can't wait for the Awful Taint episode as well.
Oh my god.
Orville Tate, butchering
Please.
that good, honest name.
Please do a ding every time Awful Taint is mentioned.
Do a ding every time Baosheng purposely mispronounces someone's name. Benjamin.
Did you like that he suddenly remembered, quote unquote, what it was when the stakes got high?
Samantha.
He's a bit of a dick. Like, he wants someone to help him, but he won't even call them by their real name.
He's been tormented for 10 years of blinding pains. Like, that. Fuck you, Benjamin. He's like this really serene, like, totally surprisingly composed person afterwards. Like, yes, I will help you get your friend back. He's like, yeah, come here, Benjamin. Come help us.
He didn't tell us how to help him.
He did.
He didn't.
If Torteese had wanted
I
to
had
come
to
back to
guess.
life, we would have just spoken the words in the book with the stone, and that would have been it. It was that, but Torteese didn't want to. You have to respect Tortease's decisions, Baosheng. I feel like I'm glad that Baosheng can't deal with it, because rather than it just being a simple Disney ending, I feel like Baosheng will struggle with these emotions, and it will become part of his character. I feel like this is
He's gonna have a hard
development.
time. He's gonna have a hard time with this. It's gonna last a while.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna color future interactions.
I feel like it's true character development for Baosheng.
Would you call it maturing?
I don't know.
Mm.
I think it'll be
Baosheng is already
maturing.
mature.
Yeah, it'll be maturing once he gets through it.
If he gets to it.
Baosheng is already mature. If you want to call it seasoning, to season that Baosheng tang a little bit. Yeah, okay, we could go there.
A little spice, a little salt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good, good.
I get a utility shot now. I get an extra grip point, and I have utility shot.
Baosheng can catch missiles.
And catch missiles. Do you want to share what we can do now at level 3, Baosheng?
Yeah.
So you can
So-
catch missiles. What else can you do?
So I got a whole bunch of cheap shit that I can do now. Okay, so at
Right.
third level I can deflect missiles. All right.
What?
So that basically it says when you starting at third level you can use your reaction to deflect or catch missiles when you are hit by a ranged weapon attack. When you do so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier plus your monk level. If you reduce the damage to 0, you can catch the missile if it is small enough for you to hold in one hand and you have at least one hand free. If you catch a missile in this way, you can spend 1 key point to make a ranged attack with the weapon or piece of ammunition you just caught as part of the same reaction. You make this attack with proficiency regardless of your weapon proficiencies, and the missile counts as a monk weapon for the attack. So if someone throws a fucking rock at me, I can catch it in midair and throw it back in their face with bonuses.
That's pretty
So,
sick.
if someone shoots an arrow at you and you 1d10 the damage to 0, you can catch it. And
Mm-hmm. And then I
right,
have to spend a key point to throw it back.
I'm going
which
to
I
keep
may
a
not
ticker
always have.
of every one of these abilities you tell me at level 3, how many of them require you to make a noise? Like, what?
Every one of them does. Okay. So the other thing I also get to do at third level is I have to pick a monastic tradition, which I've already picked.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 3 available in the D&D handbook, and I picked Way of the Open Hand. And what that does is, starting when you choose this tradition at third level, you can manipulate your enemy's key when you harness your own. Whenever you hit a creature with one of your attacks granted by your flurry of blows, you can impose one of the following effects on that target. It must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone. It must make a strength saving throw. If it fails, you can push it up to 15 feet away from you, and it can take reactions. It can't take reactions until the end of your next turn. So that
Interesting.
basically means, like, I could punch it in the face, let out a Baosheng cry, and then it wouldn't be able to do anything until after I get to hit it again.
What?
Yeah, really
pretty
evil.
good.
Really evil cheap.
Do you have anything
There
else?
was another
Akuri?
one that was. No, that's. I think that's it. Oh yeah, I get an additional plus 10 feet in my unarmored movement, so I can
Oh.
I can move like 50 feet or something crazy like that.
You're starting to become an actual monk. You're starting to become useful. You're a good meat
Wow.
shield, though.
I can move 50. I can move 55 feet in one turn.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty fast.
Let me.
How do you
But-
feel about
But I don't have any money and I don't have any weapons. Like
No, you have a spear.
oh yeah, I have my spear. How can I forget my spear?
Well, you have Zinzal's spear.
It's a good spear.
Gives you +1. That spear.
For my thing, I pick an archetype. So I got utility shot, which is, and this is based on this nice guy, this Dungeon Musing's WordPress blog. He did like a really good, thorough like update of gunslingers for 5e, complete with archetypes, like the 3 different archetypes you get at level 3. It's really quite good, and it's what I based most of my 5e gunslinger on with Jambal's permission. So props to this guy. It's really good. It's what I've been using. It's what I've been basing it on. So it's about time I actually said that this is the guy I've been using it from. With that said, nice pictures too. With that said, at utility shot, okay, if you have at least 1 grit point left, I have 1 grit point per level, so I have 3 right now. You can take a shot with a firearm that creates a dramatic effect rather than causing damage. This can blast open a lock that is not sealed by magic, useful. Scoot an unattended object of 10 pounds or less, useful. Sever a rope, useful. Or any other suitably dramatic effect that the DM approves. So that's pretty handy. Mainly for the lockpicking, I think. But that's pretty handy, I think. Scooting objects and shit, severing ropes. It's like the shoot cigarettes out of people's mouth kind of thing, I think. It's that kind of shot. So that's pretty handy. Although I think you still have to hit it, I think, if it's like not blasting a lock open. I don't know. It doesn't say you have to roll to hit, but I don't know how it works.
I think it would depend on what you're trying to do. It would give you a roll to hit.
Yeah, you'd
I don't
probably
know. Being
decide.
able to shoot locks off is not a bad, talent.
Yeah, master key. Then down to my
Master key.
archetypes. Down to my archetypes. Probably the one I'm going to go with Musketeer. There's Pistolero as well, which is like dual wielding pistols. They're basically like gunslinger pistol Old West cowboys. Like they have skills where they can carry slings on them that have extra pistols in them. And instead of reloading, like you can just go through all your pistols in one round. Basically, like you shoot like 6 different guns at once and just drop them on the floor or something. Which is kind of badass. But yeah, they do that kind of
Which
shit.
is really cool, but good luck, Cassandra, getting more guns.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna do that because it's cool, but it's more like out there than I usually go with. Spellslinger is no because it's magic. Fuck magic. And then you got Musketeer. So Musketeer is what I can do now. You gain the ability to make unerringly deadly shots. Once per turn, when you take the attack action and attack with a firearm, you can spend 1 grit point to deal an extra 1d6 damage to one creature hit by your attack. This damage increases to 2d6 at 6th level, 4d6 at 10th level, and 6d6 at 14th level. So, it's always good to have extra damage. Yeah, it's always good to have extra damage. 1d6 is pretty reasonable if, like, I want to take out a mook and I haven't rolled hard enough. It says when you take the attack action and attack with a firearm, so... Oh, no, to a creature hit by your attack. So I call it after I've hit them, which is handy, because otherwise it'd be a waste, because you'd miss half your shots. And then the other thing I can do right now, which is going to be so good, and it's funny, because, like, Erotic Toaster said, what are you going to do now? Hit your targets. Now at 3rd level, I can use my bonus action to gain advantage. I can aim with my bonus action every round now. So I can aim with advantage every attack now, I think. Which is good, because I can never fucking hit normally, so... That should help. So I don't get as flashy shit like deflecting missiles, Bao Shang, but I am going to be a lot better at my job. And then at 6th level, I just reload for free, I think. Currently, I'm like using my one of my actions to reload, I think.
That picture at the bottom is good.
Which one?
The Pistolero picture is hilarious.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
If
I
you're
love fanning
using
the
your
hammers.
bonus action... Oops, sorry.
Oh, God.
If you're using your bonus action to load, that means that you won't be able to load and take aim.
Yeah, but what that means now is I think I'll use move action to reload I think I'm allowed to do this. Move action to reload. Because I've been using the bonus action to reload because of my feat. So now I think it'll be, I can't move, advantage aim, and reload. It'll be like bonus action to aim and movement to reload. So if I move, I can't do all three at once. But otherwise, yeah, like if I'm standing still, I can do all three at once, and that's pretty good. Which is good because I need to make my shots count because I don't have many left at this point. And the fun is only just beginning. But yeah, in general, it's not really like flashy stuff, but I'm very happy with it. It'll make me a lot better in general.
How much ammo do you have left, Cassandra?
I have 5 shots. I started with 30 at the start of this campaign, and I've been counting every single shot. I have 5 left. So
We're gonna need more
Only
bullets before we
5.
get to Noxus.
We are going to need more bullets. I'm hopefully one of these towns we pass by, because they're kind of closer to Piltover, which is where I come from. Hopefully one of them will be... There'll be some ammo available in some way I can get it made or buy or something, because, yeah, I'm going to need more ammo.
How
The only
much
thing-
money do you have?
3 gold.
Not a lot, because you lost all Torteese's money. Way to go.
We'll go back and get it tomorrow. Fuck you.
Way to go.
Go back,
Metagaming.
dig up Torteese's body, get the money.
Metagaming. Then it really will be grave robbing.
He's pretty ripe by now. I don't know if you want to go in there.
The miasma.
How do guns work in League land? They work like guns in our land.
Yeah.
Pull trigger, shoot.
Pull trigger, shoot.
Shoot.
No, they're pretty much in Runeterra, above the Iron Mountains. It's more of a steampunk sort of area. Below that is like the magic sort of standard fantasy area. And this is explained because most of the land relies on magic, whereas Piltover and Zorn are cities built around technology, and they don't have a nexus, which is the source of great magic for great cities.
Fuck magic.
So they had to learn to make it different ways. And as such, they have vast expanse of, of technology, but that hasn't really filtered down to the other places because, one, they have magic, so, it's kind of like this clash of culture sort of thing where they don't need it and don't really are bothered by it. So that it's different.
I will note, my beautiful friends, that if I ever make it to level 14 without dying with Cassandra, I can collateral. I'm allowed to hit every target in a line if I spend a grit point. So I can line them up.
That's a long ways away, Beal.
It is.
14th
Well,
level.
I love looking at like the 20th level shit. Like,
Yeah, to see
I
what
can
you can
cheat.
do.
Yeah, I dream about it. I've never got a D&D character above like 3, I think. But like, it's like, oh, you can cheat death. You can just like instantly fucking kill someone with death shot. You can like shoot the wings off dragons and they fall 20 feet. Like, fuck yeah! Look at all this shit. Yeah.
There's an ability I have at 17th level that's basically that. It's basically the death touch.
Oh, you have that too? Yeah, I have at
So
17th level.
At 17th.
Yeah. I think we have the same ability then, because I can spend a grit point, you'd be a key. They make a con saving throw. If it fails the saving throw and has 100 hit points or fewer, it fucking dies. Otherwise, it just gets crit.
So when I use this action, the creature must make a Constitution saving throw. If it fails, it is reduced to 0 hit points. If it succeeds, it takes 10d10 necrotic damage. You can only have one creature under the effect of this feature at a time. You can choose to end the death vibrations harmlessly without using an action. So basically, like, I can touch somebody and be like, "You're gonna die," and then if I don't want them to die, they don't have to die, or they can just die.
What the fuck?
Touch of death!
Oh, how does the ammo work? There's different kinds of ammo. Beagle Cassandra has a standard sort of, very old sort of...
Yeah, we've been thinking like a basic
pirate
kind of
gun.
shot. Yeah, like a... It's kind of been a little bit freeballed. It's gameplay's been setting the narrative, not narrative setting the gameplay, or like we're not doing like gun realism. It's like the gameplay matters most. So the gameplay is, it'd be OP if I didn't have to take an action to reload right now at these early levels, and it'd be OP if I had a magazine, because again, same thing. So basically, the way my gun works is it shoots, then it has to reload. It's single shot, but because it would probably take like a full fucking round narratively to like do the old musket thing where you ram it down there. Imagine it like you load the shot in like a side like chamber, like you like how you would load a shotgun, like pellet
I
at
don't
a
know.
time.
A single shot cartridge pistol is not beyond the pale. Like, such things have existed in the past.
It's like that. It's imagine like you load it through an ejector, like the shotgun, like a pump shotgun, but it's single shot pistol basically. Like you can get guns in this world, or that
Well, Jinx
have
has a
magazines.
minigun.
Yeah, you can get
So-
rocket
You mean
launchers.
like a trapdoor rifle,
Yeah, sure. Are those the ones, the old west ones with the lever?
like a Craig Jorgensen, where it has a little it has an opening on the side. You like flip it down. It's like a covering, and you just like set the round in there, and then close it, and then it's loaded.
Sure.
And then, but you have to load them still loose rounds one by one.
But yeah, it's something like that. So I mean, in that sense, the ammo it uses isn't necessarily that technologically advanced. So I'm hoping we can get some before we go to Noxus,
It's more. I'm imagining it's more like a pirate sort of
like shot.
old sort of one. Yeah, like so. It's
Like a flintlock.
It's not a bullet. It's like a little
A ball
iron
bearing.
ball or something. Which
That's-
it's which is how I've been imagining it.
That's probably
Oh, I always kind of.
about right. But
I was
don't know.
imagining it like a rudimentary single cartridge, like if you've ever seen a single breech loading
Yeah,
rifle.
I've
you
been
know what I
imagining
mean?
it like a single cartridge.
Well, you see, it's a big difference.
It's a big
and this
deal.
is where it comes down to where you've got to decide, because if it's a bullet, people can't just make bullets who don't know how to make bullets. If it's a ball of iron or something similar to that, then you can get that made for you.
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference.
And if I wanted to be like a munchkin, I would say it's a ball because I know I can get those made by blacksmiths. But I feel like the way the gun makes sense is as a cartridge. So I don't think it would make sense as a ball. So it means I'm not going to get enough shots for Noxus is the problem. But I kind of have to be
Something
honest and say I
similar to
think
what
it's a
I posted
cartridge.
in chat.
Let me see.
Yeah, that was basically what I was thinking of, Tater Tots.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not a rifle either. It's just a pistol.
Well, yeah.
No, it would just
Of
be a
course,
pistol,
but-
but the
It'd be like that, but
mechanism,
smaller.
the mechanism
Same sort
would
of
be-
concept.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Single round sort of thing.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Because that,
Yeah.
if you went to a blacksmith, you could get something like that, but it would take a while to get a lot of them. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't just be... And you'd have to get the gunpowder. That probably would be the hardest part to get.
Yeah, that's why
Gunpowder.
I made that noise when Jamble said you can't make them. Like, you can't make really good like magazines or shit. But if you had
You
gunpowder,
can't go to a standard blacksmith who's never seen a bullet and say, make this bullet. Like, they're not going to get that done for you
Well,
anytime soon.
it's
It's
a
going to be a
simple
trial and
mechanism.
error kind of thing.
it's a fairly simple
Like-
design.
Okay, so if I come up to you and I say, here's some money, make a fucking bullet,
No, and I'll
when
tell
you've
him. I'll
never
tell
made
him how
a
to
bullet
do
in
it
your life.
because I know how to
The
make
bullet,
them.
the bullet in the cartridge would be easy. Any blacksmith could do it, but get the gunpowder and the mechanism of putting that together, that would be a little bit more complex.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to have like a like. You'd need to go to a gunsmith. You'd need to go to somebody specifically who knows how to make ammunition in order to get that. But the metal part of the bullet plus the cartridge, that would be easy.
Oh, yeah. Shaping
yeah.
the iron or the
Yeah.
metal or whatever it is would
Yeah,
be
like
fine.
making the
But like
casing.
making a bullet out of it, like, it's not easy. Like, yeah, if it works off gunpowder and stuff like that, he's not going to have gunpowder lying around. You know, like, it's not.
But at the end of the day, I think it comes down to the narrative could go either way. I mean, you could say that Cass knows how to make these simple bullets in a rudimentary fashion because she spent her whole life, working at this kind of thing. And you could say between her and a blacksmith, if you found the equipment, it could work. On the other hand, you can say she wouldn't. I think it comes down to gameplay balance, and I think
I think
it's up to you.
That'll remain to be seen.
yeah, I think it's up to you.
It'll remain to be seen.
Now, the only other thing I was thinking about was that Torteese was an amazing character. I'm terrified of the next character that Tater Tots has.
I was hoping they'd be more reasonable. Like Torteese was very stubborn. I was kind of hoping that whoever Tater Tots
I
makes
want
next.
to ride the cop.
Well,
I want to ride the captain.
whoever's next, they're not going to be. They're probably going to be a bit more smarter. So, I mean,
That's good.
Torteese wasn't very smart. So,
No, bless his soul, he wasn't.
I'll say.
He was a simple
I'm not
man.
saying anything.
but all I'm gonna
I
say
think
is
you'll all
that
like it.
this character for the campaign, this character is a blessing to me. Just to me. I don't know about you guys, but to me,
Thank you, base
a
taters.
blessing.
We're never gonna get that goat
I
now.
just-
Bao Sheng and I
I
aren't gonna
think
care
that
about
you'll
the goat.
all, I think you'll all like this new character. I've thought very long and hard about him. Jamble seems to approve. I think he'll be a refreshing change of pace from what we've seen before.
Interesting.
What will he sound like, though?
That will be determined because I make that up the moment I decide to start speaking as him.
I do it on the night.
I didn't think of Torteese's voice until the very moment that Jamble said, "Okay, you're on."
Jamble,
And
you
I'm
need
like,
to
"Okay."
make me one promise that when you make the edited versions, that you include
The song.
Torteese, the song.
And play it
I
again with ghostly echo during the part where he's like fading away.
I will promise to put it in somewhere.
Well, I'm very
I trust you,
excited.
Ian.
I'm very excited to see Tater's new character. I'm very excited in general. I'm also, as I said, in this moment, I'm euphoric that we did it. We did a great thing. No one's really talked about that, but we did do a great thing beyond just the Tater Tots implications. We saved like thousands of people from eternal torment. That's pretty cool.
They were already dead, Beagle. We didn't really
Yeah,
save
but their
them.
souls, their souls were being tormented
Yeah,
forever.
they were stuck in limbo, and if that wasn't bad enough, being like psychically flayed by ghost shit every day with those horrible screams, and we saved them all. They can all be happy now.
Bao Sheng didn't really believe in ghosts to start with. He's
You
not
were
really sure
surrounded
if
by
he's
them. We just killed
I
one.
want to know how
Could have
Bao
been
Sheng
could have been
doesn't.
stress hallucinations.
I don't understand how Bao Sheng doesn't believe in spirits when he's a monk. Like, I don't
Because,
understand.
wow, that hurts. Maybe he's not that kind of monk. Why does a monk automatically
Not all
have to
monks.
believe in spirits?
Not all monks.
Okay.
I think you have misconceptions about monks, Jamble.
I just thought you'd be a bit more spiritual, is all.
Check your monk privilege.
Yeah.
Because, like, Ionia is a very spiritual place where they believe in demons and
spiritual-
stuff.
Being spirit, yes, and being spiritual doesn't preclude that. Okay, it doesn't. One does not necessarily have to follow the other.
the 50th episode secret reveal is Bao Sheng isn't even from Ionia. We just assume he is.
Bao Sheng, don't you come from Ionia? What? No,
You
I've
fucking
never been
racists.
My name is Roger from across the wild lands.
there.
I'm from Kalamanda. I've lived there my whole life.
Bao
Just
Sheng's
some hobo.
spirituality. Bao Sheng's spirituality doesn't have to do with ghosts and spirits and things like that. It has to do with
Turns
other
out-
things.
Turns out the entire time Bao Sheng has just been some random guy having a psychotic break.
Let me in to see the mayor. I am Bao Sheng from across the sea.
You have a
Turns out
fire
it's
in
just
this
like-
town.
He's just like Steve, the goat poop herder from Calamanda, who just
No.
was horrified from the chaos and became someone new.
Oh, can I roll my hit points now? It's 1d10, right?
Yeah, we'll do all that.
I thought
Well,
you
I
got.
suppose we
I
can
thought
do it
you
now.
had. I thought it was a different roll, Beagle. I thought you had to do fighter.
Oh,
hit
yeah,
points. It wasn't
what's-
1d10. It was 1d8.
It's Bao
Because you
Sheng's
made such
hit
a
points.
bitchin' complaint.
Yeah,
you made such
because-
a complaint to me about it.
You made me get 1d fucking 8. That's right.
Oh, I made you. If I recall, it was you trying to slip one past Jamble. Be like, oh, I get 1d10 hit points, right?
Bullshit. Oh, so you want to do it later, Jamble, not now?
I don't know. You
I'm
can do
gonna
it
I'm gonna
now
roll
if
it
you
right
want.
now. We're gonna do it.
I rolled 1d8 earlier, and I got 6 hit points, so I just went with that. If that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me update you. something.
Boom! Tankiest fucking gunslinger, and I'm gonna add, Jamble. Does this count?
Mhm.
Because I have the +1 on con rolls. Does it count?
You don't get HP.
No, you
for
don't.
con.
You don't.
I've told you this
But it's a-
3 times.
but it's a
You
con
don't
roll.
get.
No.
No. The con. I told you this 3 times. It's just
Wubba
a
double lub lub.
Constitution saving
Oh,
roll.
that's all,
thing.
folks. That's it for this week. I got 9 health. Wubba double lub lub.
Jesus.
That's a pretty good roll.
I understand why you slap him now, Jamble.
Yeah.
I know now why you cry.
So what did you get, Beagle? You got 8.
I got 8.
So what are you on now? You are on 25 hit points. Correct?
Me? Yeah, I don't know how to count. 18,
You don't know how
19,
to count.
20, 21, 26. No.
No, 25. 17 plus 8.
18, 19, 20,
17 plus 8 is 25, Beagle.
21, 22, 23, 25, 26.
No,
25.
you,
Anyway.
you missed a number
and you
there.
got a 6, so you are 21 now?
I'm 21,
Sebastian?
yes.
Excellent.
You
I can drink.
You can drink.
That's what Baosheng's been waiting for. He hasn't consumed liquor until now.
Really?
Yeah.
He's gonna be even worse.
No, actually, that's part of his monthly things. He doesn't drink liquor.
Oh. Well, I'll have to keep that in mind.
Alright, well, on that note, I think we should finish up for the stream. Whether you guys want to
Yes.
hang around, play a game or not, it's up to you. But as for the stream, we shall finish that up. And thank you for coming. We'll see you again hopefully next week, same time. Surprise for DnD Torteese, Tater's return.
Thank you, Jamble.
Torteese is gone. He's not returning.
It was a
Yes,
wonderful
thank you,
session.
Jamble.
It was perfectly done, I thought.
It was good. It was good.
Thank you.
I'm very happy.
Yeah, same time next week. Other than that, if you want to come back through the week, that'd be great. We'll see you around through the week. We stream a lot through the week apart from XCOM days as well, so yeah.
See you guys later. It's been great. Bye bye from me and Jamble. Ayo, Taters.
Bye-bye.
Well,
Baosheng says goodbye.
Torteese doesn't say anything because he's dead.
Wow.